Good evening and welcome to Butler University at the Butler Bowl for tonight's Indiana High School football game between the Cathedral Fighting Irish and the Center Grove Trojans. Hello, I'm Kevin Conrad along with Ted Kitchell and Rick Embry. We welcome everyone to our coverage of Center Grove football presented by IU Health. This is the Jeffrey Heidelberger pregame show, and Ted Kitchell, Rick Embry. Tonight here at the Butler Bowl, we got a nice turf field. We got a nice press box. We're inside, and it's 73 degrees at the moment. We're expecting rain tonight, which, no surprise. It seems like every time CG and Cathedral play, we have rain. But Ted Kitchell, it's always a special game between Center Grove and Cathedral.
Yeah, two very good traditions. Obviously, Cathedral, a number of state championships, and obviously every year, no matter what their record is, comes playoff time, they're there, and that's why they've been able to take home a lot of state championships. Center Grove has turned into that in the last 10 years, where they've been that same type of team that the Cathedral, has been, and that they're always in it. They're always looking to win state championships, and this is just an important game because you got two great traditions. And that both teams are going to play well. They're very well coached, and they'll be prepared. And I know that coaches and the teams feel very important that it's very important to win this game as you get ready to start playing for a state championship.
Yeah, and I think, you touched on the weather is going to be a huge factor tonight. You've got two quarterbacks that are probably the two best quarterbacks in the state of Indiana. Danny O'Neill going to Colorado next year to play for prime time, and then Tyler Cherry, you could argue that he's probably been more impressive this year in the state of Indiana than any quarterback has been. He going to Duke University, who's had a fantastic year this year as well. So that's obviously going to affect that passing attack that both teams want to do. But on the flip side, both teams showed that they can run the ball. Last week, Matthew Yoder stepped up and a couple injuries, and he runs 30 times for 130 yards. And then on the flip side, Cathedral beat Roncalli last week and completed 3 passes total in that really bad win night last Friday, and they ran the ball 45 times. So it's a team that knows how to also run the ball. So it's not going to be all on the quarterbacks tonight, but obviously those are the two main guys for both of these teams.
Ted, let's talk about last week's win for the Center Grove Trojans. A very interesting game. Center Grove slow start, down at halftime, down late in the fourth quarter, and then they finished strong. They really put it to the Wildcats. But the importance of getting off to a good start tonight against Cathedral.
Well, I think it's very important. Before we talk about that, you still talk about Cathedral getting off to quick starts. I looked at in the first half, they've outscored their opponents 227-47. So they've put almost 230 points on the board in the first and second quarter. So they're a team that likes to come out of that locker room. They like to play fast, and they like to get on board and on top of you and then, drag you down. I was very impressed with Center Grove last week. I thought Coach Mallory did an outstanding job with Lawrence North, bringing them into the south side and playing as well as his team did. They came back. Momentum was changing back and forth, and finally, Cherry was able to kind of grab that momentum and just will his team into the end zone 2 or 3 times. Defense came up with a number of good plays late to give us 3 and outs, and then the offense was able to score and put points on the board. And the next morning, if you got up and looked at the paper, you'd think, oh, Center Grove won easily. And with 8 minutes to go, Center Grove trailed, and thank God for Tyler Cherry and the Center Grove offense put points on the board.
And I think it all goes back to Center Grove's mentality. We talk about it every week. They expect to win. They don't care. They might play poorly for 3.5 quarters, but they expect to win. And it's just a mindset that Coach Moore has built into those guys. And 8 minutes to go, you're down, but there's no freaking out. There's no worrying or kind of choking atmosphere or anything like that. Those guys expect to win. They go on a big drive, and then they turn around and get a huge special team turnover and then punch in another one, and then that's the ball game against Lawrence North. So it's just in that mentality. And you could make the same argument. Cathedral is used to winning all of those state championships over the last many years. half the time Cathedral walks into a stadium and they have the other team beat already just because of who they are and all of that. So that's what makes this matchup pretty special, and it has been over the last 5 or 6 years, just back and forth, both of these teams, and should be another great one tonight.
And for the Center Grove Trojans, they continue to develop their offensive weapons. And Ted, you talked about it last week on our pregame show. It's just that extra tools, if you will, in the toolbox, kind of a phrase. And I just feel like we're seeing Drake McClurg. He continues to emerge. Brevin Hollibar, Tristan Baxter, and so many more. I know I'm going to leave. Oh, Dominic Berry. What a great game he had last week. He had the touchdown. He's a great blocker. But it seems like a lot more of the weapons are getting more opportunities as this season progresses. And I think, too, with Cherry, he's seeing the field and he's getting confidence in these guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, not only does Jerry have a tremendous amount of confidence, but the players have confidence in him. They know if they run the right route and they get open and do what they need to do, that he's going to put the ball right where it's supposed to be, and they're going to move the chains and move down for touchdowns. So, yeah, that's very important. I thought it was interesting today, when Coach said, there's little things that we're working on. He obviously feels like there's 2, 3, 4, 5 things that they need to work on and they need to improve. And one thing would be getting those younger players like a Drake McClurg, getting them more into the offense so they can throw it at him as many times as they throw it, at Noah. But Coach Moore is so good at bringing his team along slowly, and that way they don't lose their confidence. They drop a pass or they don't make a big play. He brings them along. He's able to pat them on the butt and say, hey, get back in there. Drake McClurg a couple weeks ago, he fumbled a punt. The next punt, there was no question. He was out there. He went up and he caught that one. And that's just the type of confidence that Coach Moore shows in each individual, shows in his team, and that's why he's such a great coach.
Well, and I think also you talked about the little things that are new things that Coach Moore, that goes to that point, Ted. I don't know, and it's not just college football, but it's college basketball. You'll watch a team, and maybe I'm throwing my own team, Purdue, under the bus. You'll watch a team in November, December and go, man, there's nobody in the country that's going to beat them. But then towards the end of the year, they start, they feel like they hit the wall. That goes to your point, Ted, of Coach Moore. He understands. He's been doing this for 25-plus years. He understands what level his team needs to be at in each week so that when they go into the playoffs, which is all that matters in Indiana, everybody makes the playoffs. He knows they're playing the best football of the year. You watched it last year. Last year, Cathedral comes back with an unbelievable comeback in Week 9 against Center Grove and beats Center Grove by 11 points, and then they score the first 10 points over at Tech in the semi-state, and Center Grove scores the last 33 points and absolutely dominated that game. And I think it completely shocked the entire state of Indiana that thought, Cathedral's got them on their own home turf. They came back and they kind of whipped them in the last quarter. They've got Center Grove's number. And then Coach Moore has them playing the best football of the season in the semi-state round to get to the state championship, and then they win again last year, 3 in a row. So I think it goes to that point. He understands it's not this week that he's preparing and wanting his team to play the best in. It's starting 2 weeks from now in sectional time.
Yeah, and one thing that I'll point out, it's nice to have a leader on the field like Cherry, but yet also have a great leader on the sideline in your coach. I played with Isaiah Thomas, who's as great a point guard as there ever was, and I played for a coach who was as good as there ever was. And having both of them to deal with and to make changes and adjustments, just gives you so much confidence that we're going to win if we do what they say. In most cases, they do.
And tonight, let's talk about, you've already talked about a little bit, the Cathedral offense. Danny O'Neill, he is very impressive. But last year, the Center Grove Trojans got to him in the semi-state game. Cathedral jumped out to a 10-0 lead against Center Grove in the semi-state, and then the Trojans outscored them 33-0 after that. And the Trojan defensive line made him move, made him throw on the run, made him uncomfortable. And before you know it, second half, they were sacking him. So Coach talks about that, about tonight's matchup. Center Grove's got to get pressure on Danny O'Neill.
I mean, we talk about it every week. I mean, quarterbacks are so much better if you just let them sit in the pocket and, take their time, and there's no pressure, and they can, go to their second, third, fourth options back there when they pass. But when you make them move around and you make them uncomfortable and you make them scramble to the left when they're right-handed and try to throw against their body, it's a completely different ball game. And you're right, that last regular season game last year against Cathedral, Center Grove just let Danny O'Neill become extremely confident, and he just drove. The first drive was from their own 2-yard line. He drives them 98 yards to give them a chance, and then a couple mistakes later, he carries his team to a victory over at Center Grove to break Center Grove's long winning streak. But then the return matchup in the semi-state, after they get 10 points on the board, then that Center Grove defensive line just made him so uncomfortable and making him move around. And what he does really good, and Coach Moore talked about it, he scrambles pretty well. He's a pretty good running quarterback. And, if you give him time, you give him lanes, he's going to find a way to beat you. So you have to find a way to make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
And, Ted, what's the impact of the weather tonight? I'm looking at the weather right now. They're saying at 7 o'clock here, 100% chance of rain. So I think we're going to play tonight's game in the rain.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to play. I pulled up the radar, and it's definitely a lot of green and even a little yellow in it. So there's going to be some heavy downpours, it looks like, at times. This is where you mentally play. You have to mentally be ready to play for this game. Don't let it play at your play must continue to be just as good in the rain as it was before the rain. So it's just mentally getting yourself prepared for it. It's going to rain. Quarterback, he has to talk to him in the huddles and say, hey guys, keep blocking, doing the things that we do best. We're the best football team here. We've got to show it. It's also very important for your offensive and defensive lines, who we talk about all the time. I mean, Center Grove, their offensive line continues to get better and improve, and I would think they feel like if it comes down to playing in the rain, that they have a very good chance running the football. And the other most important thing is you just can't turn the football over. You just got to control the football, play field position, whatever it might be, but do not turn the football over.
I think that was, what Ted said there at the end there is spot on. I mean, as running backs, you got to get that other arm on the football whenever you're getting tackled. You can't try to get that extra 2 or 3 yards. You got to cover it up and make sure you don't fumble the ball, because tonight's game may very well come down to who makes the most mistakes and who makes the most turnovers. And Center Grove, it was pretty uncharacteristic last week. It was a game that they made a lot of mistakes. They made a lot of penalties that enabled Lawrence North to sustain drives, and they also turned the ball over a couple times. You can't do that tonight and beat a really good team like Cathedral.
Also, field position always plays big into these games, and I think special teams is important tonight. Again, with rain, punting, kicking, trying to handle the balls on punt returns, kick returns, it's going to be difficult tonight.
Yeah, and it's last week that game completely turned on that fumble by Lawrence North, where Center Grove just scores to go back up, and then they get a turnover and they convert on that turnover against Lawrence North. You got to be able to take care of the ball. You got to be able to field the ball, and that just factors into the mistakes. Whatever team makes the most mistakes, and that's penalties, that's turnovers, all of those things is probably going to come out the winner tonight.
And Ted, tonight is the regular season finale for Center Grove and Cathedral. Center Grove in 2 weeks, they're going to host Franklin Central in the first round of the sectional. For Cathedral, they're going to host North Central. But just the importance of playing well tonight to try and keep that momentum going into the state tournament.
Well, I mean, that's the way Eric Moore looks at every game. I mean, you're here to play your best. You've prepared each week. They prepare. They're obviously well prepared playing this game here tonight. They know what Cathedral's all about. They know what a great competitive team they are. The confidence that they bring, the state championships they've won. Two fabulous programs right here. But you would like for your team to play really, really well as you prepare to play for a 4th state championship in a row. And I would expect that Coach Moore will have his team ready when that time comes.
I mean, you got to, luckily for both of these teams, when you had to start the state tournament the week after you played, what I would call a bloodbath most of the time in week 9, man, that was tough. It was tough physically. Thankfully now in 6A you get a week off before you start the state tournament. But, Coach Moore, this is an important game. Every game that you play is important. You want to win every game that you play. Tell my kids that all the time. If you're going to play any sport, any game, you're trying to win. I don't care what it is. But this game is not more important than 2 weeks from now whenever he starts his state tournament run and being able to prepare and have those guys ready for Franklin Central, who gave them probably their best game of any team last week or last year in the playoffs. So he wants his team to win tonight, but he understands that the important and main season starts 2 weeks from now.
Tonight, the Center Grove Trojans wrap up the regular season here at the Butler Bowl at Butler University against the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Aaron Holt talks to Center Grove head coach Eric Moore after the timeouts. This is CG Football being presented tonight by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Hey Trojan fans, are you ready for some football? Spotlight Strategies is thrilled to be a sponsor of the Center Grove Trojans. We cherish the incredible connections we built with countless Trojan fans and families over the years. Let's make this season unforgettable. Go Trojans!
This is the Heidelberger Allstate Insurance Agency pregame show, and Coach, we're sitting here inside the cafeteria of Center Grove High School where the team just finished their team breakfast. As later today, we're going to head up to the Butler Bowl, a new exciting adventure for us, but we're taking on the Cathedral Irish, which has vastly become the biggest game to end the regular season in the state of Indiana. It's become quite the tradition to see both schools take the field and battle each other. Your thoughts on Cathedral before we talk about last week?
Well, yeah, obviously the Cathedral game is always a big game on the calendar for the community and the school and the players. It's the battle of the independents now. We're all playing half schedule, so that's been a little bit of fun. But it's just it's the next game for us. It's the game that we need to get better playing in. It's another game to show some improvement and show what we need to work on. This time of the year, there's a lot of little injuries that we have that are going to maybe affect tonight's game, so we got to work through that. It's the time for next man up. It's going to be a big thought process for today. A lot of different people may be getting an opportunity to prove themselves in the football game tonight, and it's a great test for us for the season, and then to roll that into the playoffs and the sectionals next 2 weeks.
Last week we finished, I'll say, our public school Indiana run with Lawrence North. It was an interesting game, an exciting game that went back and forth there for a while. Been a while since the team's been facing a little bit of adversity, a little less than 9 minutes left to go in the game. We were down 4 points, and then it was like an explosion. Give us your feedback on what took place there those last 9 minutes.
Well, like I said earlier, the two things you count on with Lawrence North, they're going to be fast and they're going to be physical. What's happened in the previous years is they've beat themselves and they take themselves out of the game early. This particular Lawrence North team at 5-2 last week had found a way to win. And to win, you got to stay in the game. And they found a way to stay in the games. And the secret is don't beat yourself. So, you go through half of that game, and they hadn't made a mistake. And actually, they compounded on any mistake that we made, and we'd made 3 or 4 mistakes. So, you got to give all the credit to Coach Mallory and those kids for coming over here in an environment that they're not used to playing in. And they had fun with it. And they played the game of their life that first half. They made some spectacular plays. And then we start the second half, and we're not exceptionally good on offense again. And we go 2 3-and-outs, and then but our defense had settled in by that point, and our defense got a couple 3-and-outs. And I looked at the clock and I said, to the offense, it's 8 minutes and 43 seconds. You need to relax because we're going to get the ball at least 3 more times. And kids turned it on. We made a big play on special teams. We knocked the ball out. A kid fumbled the ball, and we knocked it away from him. And, recover a fumble, and boom, we're in the end zone in 2 plays. Boom, 3-and-out. Boom, we're in the end zone in 3 more plays. So we're like sharp. And, in tonight's matchup with Cathedral, they're the same way. When they struggle, they struggle. But when they get a little bit of momentum, they're like sharks. And they see blood, and they go. And we're like sharks. When we see blood, we strike. So that was a great game last week. It's a great finish to build into the rest of the season. For our final week, yeah.
Many will say tonight's the battle of the 2 top quarterbacks in the state of Indiana. Of course, we have Tyler Cherry, and they have Danny O'Neill, who's a Colorado commit. Danny has 2 really tall receivers he can throw to and some quickness with some of the other guys. He also likes to run. So in a roundabout way, seeing what Lawrence North did last week, that might have prepared us a little bit, I guess, eh?
Yeah, I think the Lawrence North quarterbacks – a notch quicker on running and stuff like that. And the kid throws the ball. Last week's quarterback threw the ball a mile. But Danny O'Neill is Brett Favre. He can make plays when they're not there. He can jump up in the air and do stuff. But as you saw in the semi-state, you get to him and get him on the ground, things happen. And that's what you got to do. It's any passing team, you got to get your quarterback off his feet. And then that happens that, you cut the head off the monster and it rolls. So we got to control that. Yeah, we got to control that big play ability. The big thing is like 3rd and 15 is when they're their best, and that's when we're like, oh my goodness. And it's, but that's okay. We got to keep fighting. Our defense bend, don't break, and get off the field. But our offense has got to go out there and move the chains and get first downs. First downs will be important tonight.
All I know is it's the most exciting game to end the regular season. We need a big crowd. Please get there. If not, tune in to Kevin, Rick, and the boys. Bottom line is, Coach, we've had an exceptional season thus far. It won't be long, and we'll be talking about the drive for 5. Good luck tonight. It's the end of fall break. Let's finish strong and go in with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, we decided we'd break out our Center Grove swag this week with the coaches, a little bit of a different look. So taking the different look into this week, I hope the kids enjoyed it. And, I hope everybody can get a chance to get up to the Butler Bowl tonight. It'll look like an elementary school football game because both teams will be dressing on the sidelines because there's no locker rooms. But other than that, it should be a good football game. We hope that we can stay in there and continue the Trojan pride at the Butler Bowl. Go Trojans, beat the Irish.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Friday Night Lights. The crowd is here, the lights are on, the hype music is being played. What better way to start the show than your team coming out of the locker room with full energy, ready to take on their opponent? Yes, that's right. Bring down the house with our breakthrough banners. They're a great way to pump up your team and showcase your school pride. Get one of your favorite team today. Stadium graphics. Look like a pro, play like a champion.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Hi, I'm Amanda Johnson, owner of the Barn at Bayhorse and the Stables at Bayhorse Inn. We're proud to support the Center Grove football program and are fortunate to host many sporting banquets, teacher appreciation events, fundraisers, and more. We invite you to the stables at Bayhorse Inn, offering various horse riding lessons in smaller meetings and event spaces. Thank you, Center Grove, for creating beautiful memories and meaningful experiences with us over the last 7 years. Book your next event with us at barnatbayhorse.com and follow us on social media.
From the Hoosier State, just south of Indianapolis, the 5-time state champion, Center Grove Trojans.
Back to action, 1st and 10 for the Center Grove Trojans in Carmel territory. Play action.
Oh, he's open. He can get it out there.
And it's a touchdown!
Ah, yeah! Wow, what a pass!
Touchdown Trojans!
What a catch! What a play!
Now, led by Indiana Hall of Fame coach Eric Moore. You're back to back to back. Indiana football champions, the Center Grove Trojans.
Tonight, the Center Grove Trojans conclude the regular season here on the road against the Cathedral Fighting Irish at the Butler Bowl. Kevin Conrad, along with Ted Kitchell, Rick Embry with you tonight. 72 degrees. Expected rain tonight. Ted, I kind of like the digs here. Butler got a nice, very nice facility.
I'm glad we're inside. It's going to rain. I don't want to get rained on.
Ted's just, I mean, he still doesn't realize 2 years ago when we were at Arlington Middle School and the elements that we had to deal with when we were there, and not only us, but much worse, the teams playing on that field, and that was unfortunate because those were two unbelievably talented teams that Center Grove was able to get the win on that night. But yeah, much different tonight, at least for us, and hopefully with the turf field when the rain comes, and it is coming. It's coming in 20 minutes or less, and there's probably going to be some heavy downpours on occasion. Hopefully no lightning and that kind of stuff, so that these guys can get a full game in tonight.
So what's your takeaway from Coach Moore's pregame interview? The biggest thing I think I took away is they're got to compete tonight without a locker room. He wasn't too happy about that.
Well, I can see why. I mean, football, you'd like to be able to kind of get ready and take your corner and mentally prepare yourself. Everything you've went through and all week in preparation. So it's just it just throws you a little bit out of your element. You're used to getting yourself ready, getting out on the football field, and so that's where I said it comes down to mental preparation, mental toughness. Get yourself ready to play whatever it takes, because this is a Cathedral team. Like I said, they have outscored their opponents in the first half 227 to 47. So they're a team that likes to come out, come quickly, and they like to get on top of you and bury you early.
We see the Center Grove Trojans on the far side of the field in the white uniforms, and I don't know what it is about the white uniforms, but I love them. I just absolutely love the white uniforms. And here on the near side, we see the Cathedral Fighting Irish going with the green jerseys. I don't recall seeing Cathedral in the greens against Center Grove. I know they do wear them, but they do have the green jerseys on tonight with, of course, the gold pants. And we're about a little bit under 10 minutes away before kickoff. And again, you look around, and as we speak, it is starting to rain here at the Butler Bowl, and we see the Center Grove fans on the far side of the field with the umbrellas going up. So again, it looks like we're going to play this game tonight in the rain. But Rick, again, field turf, so footing should not be a problem, but ball security, that's always a concern.
Yeah, and it's you got to be you got to be solid enough and take care of the ball. And I think they're getting ready to start the national anthem. But I know you love the uniforms, Kevin. You're a big uniform guy. You probably have seen the Oregon uniforms for tomorrow. If you haven't, you need to go home and look at those. You probably have one of those jerseys on order already from Fanatics or wherever they get them from, and I love the all whites as well.
Now we're going to have tonight's prayer, and then we will have our national anthem.
Loving God, as we from the Center Grove and Cathedral High School communities come together for this contest, we ask you to bless these athletes, keep them safe from injury and harm, instill in them respect for each other, and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, that we pursue the greatness for which we were made. We ask this with the intercession of St. Andre Bessette and Blessed Basil Moreau. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Tonight's national anthem from the Butler Bowl. Center Grove taking on Cathedral. It's become quite a rivalry through the years. Center Grove this week in Class 6A, still number 1 in the state of Indiana. 7 wins, 1 loss. Center Grove number 22 in the High School Football America National Poll. And Rick, it's been now several years that Coach Moore and his program has been recognized at the national level, and they've been able to stay in this High School Football America poll in the top 25 all season long.
Yeah, which is saying something after that tough opening loss to St. E's, who's still in the top 20, I believe, as well. I think they're 17, at least the last one that I saw. But I mean, it's just a great response by Center Grove after that opening loss.
Here come the Irish!
Canton, winning 7 in a row after that, and you finish with arguably one of the top teams on your schedule to go into the playoffs. So this, with the exception of a couple of the games in the last couple weeks ago, this schedule's been an absolute gauntlet for Center Grove, and it doesn't get any easier tonight.
Now we see the Irish here on the near side. Again, it has begun raining here at the Butler Bowl. See how both teams can handle the rain tonight. And for Coach Moore, Career-wise, he's 9 wins shy of 300 for his career, Ted. It's been just an impressive run for Coach Moore, and he's in his 25th year at Center Grove, 243 wins, 75 losses, 5 state championships at Center Grove. He's won 3 in a row, looking to go 4 straight this year, and this team has had a great season. There's no reason they can't make a deep run in the state tournament.
Yeah, I would expect them to. I mean, they've got a decent draw in the sectionals, which were out last week, and they're going to play their first game at home, and they'll have a good crowd there. So, but everything that he's been able to accomplish at this Center Grove program, you could never imagine this, 25 years ago, that somebody could come in and you tell them, yeah, we've won 5 state championships, 3 in a row, and somebody'd have to think, you must be talking about a different school. You must be talking about Carmel or, Warren Central or Ben Davis. But no, what he's done with this program and getting the kids to play and the consistency that they play, consistency that they win, and most importantly, what Rick said earlier, they expect to win. No longer is it, boy, I hope we go out and play good. They expect themselves individually to play well. They expect their team to play well, their coaches to be prepared, and that's why they've had all the success that they've had.
We see the captains going to midfield for the coin flip for the Trojans and Fighting Irish. This is the 13th meeting on the gridiron. Center Grove leads the all-time series 7-5. Coach Moore against Cathedral is 7-3. Again, the last meeting in the semi-state last year, Center Grove defeated Cathedral 33-10 over at Tech High School. So again, we're about 5 minutes from kickoff. Captains meeting for the coin flip. Cathedral head coach Bill Peebles, his 6th year at Cathedral, 58 wins, 15 losses, 2 state titles at Cathedral in Class 5A, also a sectional championship. He's a 1988 Cathedral graduate and was a part of Cathedral's 1986 state championship team as a player, their first tournament state championship in school history. They've won 14 state titles, but they're still looking for that first state title in Class 6A.
Center Grove wins the toss. They defer. So Cathedral will get the ball first. Center Grove will play defense first.
Also for Cathedral, 777 wins in school history. That's the most wins in the state of Indiana. And they played here at Butler a few times. Their record here at Butler, 17 wins, 12 losses, 4 ties. Their last game here at Butler, 2017 against Jeffersonville, a 48-7 win. So we're about ready to get this game underway. As Ted said, the Trojans will kick off to begin tonight's game. It looks like Center Grove kicker Tyler Shrubin will set the block at the 40 on the left hash. I can hear the Center Grove cowbells from all the way from across the field.
Yeah, hopefully the weather doesn't affect those cowbells over there, Kevin, as the rain starts to come down. You can see it in the lights. I mean, that's when you can really see it is when you look up at the lights and see that rain coming down.
Devon Slaughter back deep for Cathedral along with Jalen Bonds. And we're ready to go. From the Butler Bowl, Center Grove Cathedral. The lefty, Shrubin, puts his foot into it, drives a deep one into the end zone, touchback. That was impressive.
Man, looking at the flags aren't moving at all. Shrubin a little jacked up as well tonight playing on the college football stadium as he gets high fives as he's coming off the field. But that's good. Then you make them go the full 80 yards, and now Cathedral takes over on offense to start out with.
Well done, young man. Danny O'Neill, he's impressive. He's the quarterback. He'll scramble. He can run. Again, he holds the career passing records at Cathedral. Division I talent. They're going to run the football to begin tonight's game, and it's a good one. First down to the 31-yard line. Was able to do a nice spin move. That's number 22, Jalen Bonds. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's a junior.
And he comes in with 106 attempts, 721 yards. You were talking about Danny O'Neill. I mean, he's second on rushing. He's carried it 69 times for almost 500 yards. Plus, he's thrown 23 touchdowns.
First pass play of the night. He overshoots his receiver far side of the field looking for Auburn Johnson. He's 6'6". He's got great size, 190 pounds. Junior wide receiver. He's got Ted Kitchell type size at 6'6".
Man, he's a huge target over there at wide receiver. But, I mean, Cathedral goes away from the run after Bonds picks up 10 to start out with. Bonds had a great night last Friday night against Roncalli, over 160 yards rushing.
Back to the run game, not as effective this time. Nate Johnson with the tackle, no gain for Bonds.
As we talk about every week, it's all offensive and defensive line. That's what's going to be the difference here after Center Grove gets gashed on the first running attempt right there. Nate Johnson beats his guy inside and makes a tackle for a short gain.
3rd and 10 from the 31. O'Neal rolls left. He's going to tuck and run, and he's going to be well short of the first down. Center Grove not fooled. They take him down as he comes across the 35 to the 36.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I mean, he's their second leading rusher at 69 attempts and 500 yards. So he likes to tuck it, and he likes to run, and he's very, very efficient.
I mean, that almost looked like a design run, Ted. It didn't look like he was looking much as far as one of his targets out of the from the wide receiver position. That was a design run. Center Grove did a good job of those linebackers coming up and making the tackle, and Cathedral's going to have to punt.
High snap, rolls right, puts the foot into it.
Oh,
not very deep.
No.
See if he gets any kind of a Cathedral roll. He does not. Just inside the 45, so not a great punt for the Cathedral Fighting Irish. That's Van Krisseloff. He's a sophomore. Remember last year he was a freshman punting and kicking for this Cathedral team. Did a great job, and he gets just 21 yards on the punt.
Boy, maybe there's more wind up there than we think, because it looked like the wind affected that punt. Same as with our kickoff.
I was thinking the same thing.
It could be because you're down in a bowl. I mean, they are down below us, so maybe when you get it up in the air, there is a lot more wind. And Tyler Cherry completes the pass to Drake McClurg, and he'll take it to the 50. Great play on first down. He gets 6 yards.
Yeah, two big things right there, Kevin. Number one, a good job on McClurg, ball behind him a little bit, but then watch Dominic Berry. Number two, he's the one that's out there, and we talk about him every week. He continues to get better. A very good blocker, and last week he showed you he could also catch the ball.
Give him 6 yards. Second down and a long 4. First run of the night for the Trojans. A Yoder picks up the first down. Matthew Yoder to the Cathedral 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards.
Well, he got a lot of yards after contact right there, about 8. Gives them a first down, and Center Grove moving the football the way they would like.
Yeah, that time that ball was that play was designed to go the right. Great job, good vision by Yoder. He cuts it back to the left, and he picks up 8 yards and a first down.
Yoder, the workhorse last week against Lawrence North. Career high, well over 100 yards rushing last week. First time we see Cherry pass down the field. It's complete for another Center Grove Trojan first down. That's going to be Brevin Hollibar with the reception, 12 yards.
That's just a great play by everybody. His receiver ran exactly the route that he knew he was going to run. He delivers the football to him. He's able to pick up a first down. And it just, this is sending signals through Cathedral's head. They're going to run it. They're going to pass it. It's just really hard to figure out what Center Grove wants to do.
At the 27, Cherry hands it off to Yoder. Looks like a tough 1 yard. That's it. To the 26-yard line. Good job by the Cathedral front line to stuff the line. Isaiah Smith gets the credit for the tackle. Hosea Smith.
Hosea Smith last year, if you remember, played fullback. A couple years ago, he played fullback on offense. Now he's on the defensive line.
Cathedral really sold out that time, making sure they were going to stop the run. That means there's got to be open people downfield.
2nd and 9. Cherry trying to throw, and he's going to be he got away from the initial tackler, and then he's taken down at the 30-yard line. He'll lose 4 yards.
Yeah, he's looking for Noah Coy right there, and a really good job by the Cathedral defense of staying with Noah. He probably gained 3 or 4 yards when he could have been sacked, and it had been 3rd and 17. He gets back to the 30-yard line, but now 3rd and long for Center Grove. Not the situation you want to be in against this Cathedral defense.
3rd and 13 to call for Coach Moore and the Center Grove Trojans. Center Grove's first drive in tonight's clash with the Fighting Irish. Cherry, just enough time, gets rid of it, looks for Baxter. He makes the catch. No, dropped it. It looked like he was going to have the catch down by the goal line, but he cannot hang on. Rick, let's watch the Reese restoration replay.
Man, and he had Baxter as well, but obviously he's getting heavy pressure right there, and Baxter lays out. He just can't bring it in. But, I mean, you're in 4-down territory. You're not going to punt from here. So, I mean, Center Grove's going to go for that. They got to get to the 17-yard line to get a first down.
So 4th and long. Check of the coordinators. There's Joe Siderwitz.
They're going to have to hurry.
See what they dial up here on 4th and long.
5 on the shot clock.
Just got it off. Cherry stands tall in the pocket, getting pressure, gets away from one tackler, but cannot elude the pressure, cannot get the first down. Turnover on downs. Great defensive stop by the Cathedral Fighting Irish.
Yeah, and after Center Grove was in a pretty good rhythm there, a couple first downs, Cathedral's defense steps up, and they get a lot of pressure on Cherry, and that forced the last two times when he had to scramble a little bit and couldn't get much yardage. So a big stop by Cathedral.
Yeah, you can see in passing situations, they're very, very good at putting pressure on the quarterback, as they did right there.
Cathedral trying to run the ball on the perimeter, and he is pounded.
Got to be a hold.
Is that McConnell, 48 linebacker, pops number 8, Devon Slaughter, into tomorrow. There is a flag on the play, though.
Penalty marker on the field.
But that's a textbok tackle. A couple of yards gained.
Yeah,
Watch, that was just an impressive tackle by McConnell.
Well, he splits the blockers right here and just comes right out of nowhere.
Looks like this is going to be against Cathedral. They're marching the ball back.
It was holding.
It was number 17, one of their tight ends or wide receivers, Keith Long. He's the one that he not only grabbed the Center Grove guy, but rode him all the way to the turf. So that's an easy call there. But you're right, McConnell came out of nowhere and absolutely popped Slaughter. And that's something that that those guys will remember when they come across the middle catching passes later as well.
At the Cathedral 16-yard line.
How is that not a...
He came out to the guy on the edge. I thought he almost picked it off. But
he would have if the guy didn't shove him 2 hands in the back.
Let's watch the replay.
Watch 17.
It's right here at the bottom of your screen.
Against Gaffney. 2-hand shove in the back as the ball's getting thrown. That's either got to be... That's an offensive pass interference, what it is, because the ball's in the air.
But just 1 yard on the completed pass to Devon Slaughter.
Gaffney was right there.
Football at the 17. 2nd down and 19. The call for the Irish. Completed pass. Center Grove trying to get him down, and they do. Pass complete to Auburn Johnson, the 6'6" wide receiver, but no yards after catch. Only a couple of yards.
Yeah, good job coming up here. I think initially it was Boswell, and then Gaffney cleaned it up there. But, 3rd and long for Cathedral. What did Coach Moore say in pregame? This is when they're really good, is 3rd and long. And
yes, that's a very good point with Danny O'Neill. He can just improvise. He can make something out of nothing.
Yeah,
he's got 3rd and 17.
You want to try to keep him in that pocket as much as you can.
O'Neill from the pocket, airs out one to Center Grove's side of the field, and it's an incomplete pass. Great coverage by Tapak, and he was looking for Zach Meeks, the 6'7" tight end.
Yeah, not surprised that you'll see a few of those. I mean, I'm sure they watched the Lawrence North tape and saw that Center Grove, every once in a while you can get behind them. And right there, the defensive back did a great job of running side by side and see Cathedral punt.
Van Krisiloff, sophomore, into punt. Last punt didn't go so well, 21 yards from his own 5 into the end zone. It's going to be a safety. He is out of bounds. Safety. 2 points for the Trojans. Bad snap over his head. Safety. Center Grove leads it 2-0.
Yeah, and Cathedral's lucky there. I mean, he was trying to keep that. You'll see the replay here. I mean, that goes well over his head. and he's trying to keep it in bounds. I mean, that's one you just go ahead and let it go out of bounds and give up the 2 points instead of possibly giving up the 7 if Center Grove's able to recover. But, yeah, a bad snap there, and twice now. We talk about special teams every week, Kevin, and you talk about it. You're a big special teams guy. First time the punt wasn't very deep, 21 to 23 yards or so. This time they snap one over his head. Center Grove gets a cheap 2 points, and they'll get the ball back here after the punt/kickoff.
2-0 Trojans, 5:53 to play. We're in the first quarter here at the Butler Bowl. Final game of the regular season. Both teams will begin sectional play 2 weeks from tonight. Center Grove returns back to Ray Skillman Stadium to take on Franklin Central. And for the Irish, they're going to host North Central. And I was talking to the Cathedral play-by-play announcer on radio and said, where are they going to play that game? He said it will be played at Chittard High School because Cathedral does not have a home field, so they'll play at Chittard in 2 weeks against North Central.
Yeah, and Tech is technically their home field, and Tech is undergoing renovations this year, and then Arlington having light issues and everything else, so I think they might be done playing there. They kick off from their own 20 now.
Looks like doing the kicking now is Henry Lewis. He's a sophomore. Center Grove will return it with, I do believe, Yoder across the 40 to the 41-yard line. I believe that was number 23. Yes, that is Matthew Yoder. And Ted, the Trojans, great field position, 16 yards on the return.
Yeah, very good field position there. Good play by the defense, came up with some good plays. As Rick said, I'm surprised that punter wasn't just raking that ball out of bounds. I mean, you don't want to be messing with it in the end zone where you're going to possibly give up 7. So they're more than happy, Cathedral, to only give up 2 after a bad snap, but yet Center Grove's got very good field position to start this.
Football at the Trojan 42. Cherry with time completes to Brevin Holibar at midfield. He's targeted Holibar a couple of times, and Drake McClurg, but Coy so far has not been targeted. That goes for 9 yards.
Yeah, you know who else was open is T.J. Williams right down the middle of the field. He had his linebacker beat because that linebacker was sniffing in there on the run fake. So good play action there. Holibar open again, good sure catch, and he gets 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, make that 8 yards. They're going to spot it at the 50, so 2nd down and 2. Here comes Matthew Yoder. Took a look inside, gets outside, gets a nice push from the Center Grove offensive lineman, gets the first down. Was that Hutchins, the center? That was a heck of a push. 7 yards.
Run is good for Center Grove, first down.
Watch the replay.
His number 62 is out in front for Center Grove.
62 for the Trojans. That's Andrew Eckhart.
Yep.
Got a nice push there on Yoder. Can't say enough about this Center Grove offensive line. Football at the Cathedral 42-yard line. New set of downs for the Trojans. Cherry goes to Yoder. Gets it to the 40. Gets a couple of yards. So Ryland Cook last week carried the ball early on. I think he suffered some kind of a foot injury, so I don't think it's something that's going to sideline him for a long period of time, but I think it's a time for him to get some time off because, 2 weeks from tonight you have the sectional, so one would think Cook will be on the sideline tonight just to rest the foot.
Yeah, I think it's a ankle. Yeah, he got a little bit of an ankle sprain, but you're right. He's going to sit out probably tonight, and then he'll be ready in a couple weeks. So you're going to see a lot of Yoder. You're going to see a lot of Austin Hennessy as well backing up Yoder.
Play action. Taking a shot down the sideline. Holibar, touchdown Trojans. Brevin Holibar.
Wow.
40 yards.
He backpedaled the last 20 yards.
He's 7 yards behind his defensive back. Watch this. Holibar just shows his 400 speed right there, and then he just waits for the ball, catches it on the 4, backpedals in. Man, that's a beautiful pitch and catch from Cherry to Holibar.
Yeah, the last 15 yards he was backpedaling. He had his guy beaten so bad that he's able to do that. Great job by Center Grove's offense to come out and really take advantage of that 2 points and put points on the board.
I mean, and it really wasn't anything. I mean, Holibar just ran right by that defensive back there. He didn't do a stop and go. He didn't do anything. It was just a full sprint by him, and I think that Cathedral defensive back was a little bit surprised that he just ran right by him.
Kobe Cherry, long snapper. to Noah Coy, the holder, and Patrick Smith puts it through, and Center Grove leads at 9-0.
Great job, like what Ted said. You convert on that. You get the safety. You get a short field on the 40-yard line. The first time you have the ball, you're not able to punch one into the end zone right there. You do a great job. You get a couple first downs, and then boom, you go up top, and Cherry throws a beautiful ball to Brevin Hollibar, and the junior takes it in for a touchdown.
I just felt like the Cathedral was kind of selling out, trying to stop the run, and I thought Center Grove a couple times had looked after the play, but yet they had people out there in those positions where they were beyond the defense. So it doesn't surprise me that they were able to get behind that defense and score a touchdown.
Third touchdown this season for Brevin Hollibar, and he's got fantastic speed. He's a tremendous track runner, and you're right, he just outran the defense. And remember tonight, for each extra point PAT kick made by the Trojans, $5 will be donated to the Center Grove Education Foundation. Compliments of Eric Kwiatkowski as State Farm Insurance Agency.
Hollenbar now over 300 yards for the year, so he just really continues to come on strong. That's a good kick.
Yeah, tremendous location. Pins him in at the 4-yard line against the sideline. Just a great way for your special teams to come down and make a play, and they return it to the 20, 15 yards on the return. But you're right, Ted. That was an excellent kick by Shrubin.
Yeah, you would, if you can pin him down there in that corner, then just take away the middle, and then he's got to run down the sideline. So Center Grove did a nice job, and Cathedral going to have to start from their own 20.
Once again, you make them take a full length of the field, 80 yards, to try to get into the pay zone.
Back to the run game, trying to break some tackles. Man, very determined with that run. He gets it to the 26. Well done by that young man. Number 22, that's Bonds.
I mean, Bonds is a big kid, 6 foot 220. You're not going, or 200. You're not going to be able to tackle him up high. You got to hit him low, and you got to have multiple guys there.
Yeah, he just bounces off people.
Cathedral again, going fast, got to the line of scrimmage. He's close to a first down, it appears. Yes, it is a first down. He gets 4 yards to the 30.
5 on the play, first down, Irish. Ball spotted at the Cathedral 30-yard line.
Irish going with some tempo. Now they're going to huddle. Approaching 3 minutes to play first quarter. Center Grove leads at 9-0 over the Irish. Fakes the handoff to the perimeter.
Oh no. That's on the pass. He's not even.
I don't understand that.
That's ridiculous.
Keith Long, the intended receiver.
Here it is.
Goes up for the reception, and then Boswell hits him.
I mean, that's exactly the way you would teach it.
I don't understand that one at all.
That's a guy that's been watching NFL, and 10 yards after or 10 seconds after the play. It's just not a good call.
So he's supposed to realize he's not going to catch that ball?
Exactly. He goes up and tries to catch that.
Personal foul, as they're calling.
15-yard penalty.
It's a bad call.
Football to the 45, still in Cathedral territory. 15-yard penalty.
What could possibly have been a personal foul? They think he hit him after the ball was there?
They say they shouldn't have hit him at all.
Yeah, you're supposed to pull up there after
and not
trying
hit him.
to deny that.
It was going to be one of those catch, hit. But he didn't catch it, but he went ahead and hit anyway, and they're calling the penalty. So 1st and 10 here for the Irish. Danny O'Neill throwing and completing. Devon Slaughter tackled just shy of the Trojan 45. He's at the 46-yard line.
Slaughter on the other end of the O'Neill pass.
8 yards, make it 9 yards.
Boswell on the tackle, gain of 5.
Boswell with the tackle. Bonds goes in motion. O'Neill across the middle. Completes to Zach Meeks, the 6'7" tight end, tackled at the 41-yard line, giving 5 yards.
Yeah, he's obviously a big target there at that wide receiver, 6'7", 225. A good job by Gaffney. You got to just chop at the legs, and that's what he did there to bring him down.
1st and 10, Irish. O'Neal completes in the flat, breaks a tackle. Devon Slaughter out of bounds, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Owen Bright on the tackle.
Owen Bright with the tackle.
Best drive of the
9 yards.
First quarter by Cathedral. They're now inside the 35-yard line, second and short.
Bonds wrapped up and thrown to the turf by Kobe Cherry.
Wow.
Great penetration by Cherry.
That's a big man play as well. I mean, he takes the 200-pounder and absolutely throws him to the ground. You see Cherry here, 85. He beats his guy, wraps him up, and he is not getting through that tackle. So instead of now, it's second and short. Now it's 3rd and 5 for Cathedral. Probably in 4-down territory.
Loss of 4 yards. Trying to run the football. Danny O'Neal, the quarterback, they wrap him up at the 35-yard line.
Yeah,
1 yard.
Yeah, maybe a yard there. So now 4th and 4 for Cathedral.
Yeah, he was looking to pitch that ball possibly, and Center Grove did a nice job of coming up and splitting where he couldn't pitch, and he had to take it, and they were able to shut him down.
Yeah, 4th and 4. Football at the Trojan 35. We're inside a minute, first quarter.
Got to get some pressure.
O'Neal's in the gun. Man goes in motion.
Arms up.
He throws it to the man in motion.
He dropped it.
Colin Ayers drops the football.
Wow.
Ayers has not been utilized in tonight's game up until this point. He was their running back last year, their main guy. He's a senior, but drops it here, and it's a turnover on downs. Could it be a slippery ball? It is, again, starting to pick up here. The rain is.
Ayers had 1 catch for 10 yards coming in to tonight, and oh my, he had nothing but open space there, Ted, and that was going to be an easy first down for Cathedral, and Center Grove gets a break there.
Center Grove takes control from its own 35-yard line. Again, final seconds of this opening quarter. Center Grove in front 9-0. Trojans run the ball to their side of the field, and our opening half replay being presented by Reese Restoration. Reese Restoration specializes in commercial and residential services. For a free estimate, call Reese Restoration at 317-954-5408 or online at reeserestorationindy.net.
Clock is, Ted and I are looking. It's
almost
identical.
It's almost. I think we're going to have to run a play.
I mean, if it's off, it's maybe half a second off.
Got a couple of yards on the last play. 2nd down and 8. Cherry's going to throw one to Coy. First time he's been targeted.
Yes, sir.
He makes the catch, and he will score.
See ya.
Noah Coy scores.
63 yards.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely beautiful. Right here in front of us.
Hits him in stride. Oh, my goodness. I think Center Grove found the weakness of that Cathedral defense, Ted.
The thing about Noah is he runs as fast as he needs to. I mean, he's obviously got great speed, but right there, he needed just a little bit more to catch up to that ball that he laid out in front of him, and it was just perfect.
Man, and Cherry threw that. Noah was just coming out of his cut as well, and there wasn't much separation between him and the defensive back, but Tyler put that out perfectly. Coy catches it on the 25 and strolls into the end zone. Touchdown number 2 for Center Grove right at the end of the first quarter.
That's your final play of the first quarter. What a start for the Center Grove Trojans, but we may recall last year the Trojans had a great 3 quarters against Cathedral in the regular season game and did not finish in the 4th and lost. But a great start, 16-0. Trojans lead the Irish. Tonight's game being presented by IU Health.
Everyone want a free furnace? Here's one for you and you.
Walk the plank, Chad. Here's some candy, kids.
It's the final month to get a free furnace from Peterman Brothers. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim yours today.
Could I get one?
Sure thing.
start for the Center Grove Trojans. They lead at 16-0. Ted Kitchell. We talked about a better start tonight after what we saw last week against LN, and so far it's been a tremendous start for the Trojans.
Especially against a team that starts so strong. I mean, if you weren't here, I mentioned earlier, they've outscored their opponents in the first half 227 to 47. So they're a team that really likes to get on top of you, and Center Grove's kind of turned that around.
Touchback. How about Tyler Shrubin? I mean, 2 touchbacks. He kicks that one over there in the corner on the kickoff. That's huge. He's doing this in a little bit of rain as well.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's more than a little bit of rain. If we can get a picture, if these guys can, between plays or whatever, show the lights up there one time. The rain is coming down.
It is really raining hard now at the Butler Bowl. Bonds with the run to begin things here in the second quarter. 3 yards for Bonds.
I mean, and that just makes it that much more difficult to go through the air. But, I mean, Cathedral, when Bonds has carried the ball, they've been pretty good so far.
Give him 4 yards, excuse me.
That time, much better job by that Center Grove defense.
Off the Bonds.
Was that Kobe Cherry, 85? Yes, Kobe Cherry. 1 yard for Bonds.
He gets double teamed, but he still he clogs up the pile right there, Ted, and that causes Bonds to not be able to find a hole, and now 3rd and 5 again.
Third down, Irish complete on their side of the field. Zach Meeks, 6'7", tight end. It is a first down for the Fighting Irish. 9 yards for Meeks. We're on the Cathedral side of the field, and you can hear the fans below us. They're getting a little impatient. Down 16-0 here to the Trojans. O'Neal flips it forward to number 8, Devon Slaughter. The Center Grove Trojans are ready for it. No gain.
Gaffney's there first. You see him, but they just do a good job of just stringing this play out.
Yeah, they pursue.
You'll see it here. You see all those white jerseys. Bright, Gaffney. No gain.
Owen Bright gets credit for the tackle. You're right, no gain, 2nd down and 10. Danny O'Neal trying to throw a wet football. Now he's going to tuck and run. Good yardage. About a couple of yards shy of a first down.
That's a good gain, though, when you're 2nd and 10 to get 8 yards to make this 3rd and short. O'Neal's best gain of the night, running the ball.
3rd and 2, Fighting Irish.
3rd and a couple. He's trying to find an opening. O'Neal got a yard.
Well, that was the first case right there of the little slippery ball. You see him. Watch the snap here. When he gets it, he kind of fumbles it a little bit. Boom, right there.
Going quickly.
4th and 1. Quarterback keeper.
He got it.
He got the push. He's still pushing. Let's see if we're going to spot it at the 46.
Oh, that's got to be. Where is the flag?
Oh, my. Center Grove player pushed after the play.
Nothing.
No flag at the moment, but appears they're going to spot it at the 46. It appears to be enough for a Fighting Irish first down.
I do not understand.
I don't think they saw it.
The referee, the head ref is right in front of the play. I mean, it still would have been a first down, but it would have backed him up 15 yards.
No penalty. Ball at the 46. We're in the second quarter. Center Grove leads at 16-0. New set of downs for the Fighting Irish. O'Neal throws one deep. He's got a man at the 30. And they cannot get him out of bounds. He'll go into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown to Keith Long. He's a tight end at 6'2". He stays in bounds. He goes 54 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, he's their top receiver. Comes in with 33 catches for 380 yards, 4 TDs. Make that 5.
Irish on the board, 9:23 to play second quarter. Van Krisseloff. He's perfect in his career on PAT kicks for Cathedral. He's now 49 out of 49, only a sophomore. 16-7, Trojans lead it.
Yeah, Center Grove right there. I mean, there was two guys open for O'Neal. First, he was looking for Meeks across the middle. Decided to go to Long down the sideline, and then Center Grove just missed a tackle. I mean, he missed a tackle in the 25, and Long shakes that. And I mean, he's a big target, 6'2", 205. Center Grove does not get him to the ground, and a big play by Cathedral, and an absolutely huge conversion on fourth down there, Ted, because I mean, Center Grove gets the ball back on the 45-yard line and already up 17-0. This one could get ugly early, but Cathedral responds in a big way.
Yeah, that's one big play right there, but they're able to pick up the first down, and then they complete the pass. I mean, he's going to complete that pass for about 20, 25 yards, but you've got to get him out of bounds and make them earn that next 20 yards to get in. Instead, Center Grove just kind of gave it to him, and he's able to take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Our second quarter tonight being presented by IU Health and by Kopetsky Auto Wash. Yoder and McClurg back deep for the Trojans.
Bay to kick for the Irish.
Henry Lewis will kick for the Irish. Also a sophomore, just like their punter. And goes into the end zone, touchback. Yoder tried to make the grab again. Ball security is going to be an issue. It's got to be a concern for both teams.
I mean, the rain is coming down in sheets right now. It's hard to tell on the regular camera angle, but you look up at the lights, and yeah, it's coming down. So you got to take care of the ball, and Center Grove's going to have to continue to score points. That's all you can control on offense, is continue to march the ball down the field, take care of the ball, and continue to try to score points.
Great shot by our camera operator, Cameron Wiley of the Rain, up in the lights. Trojans from their own 20.
Oh, yeah!
Trojans are just going to be a couple of yards shy of a first down. Coy gets his second catch, 8 yards.
Cherry did a good job. He's getting pressure in the backfield, but I mean, he does such a good job of having enough strength to get it off. A lot of times it seems like he throws off his back foot, but he still has enough to get it out to his wide receivers. Good gain on first down.
Lockhart makes the tackle for the Irish. Yoder trying to find an opening, trying to find just enough to get the first down. If he gets it to the 30, it will be a first down. They're going to say move the chains, give him 2 yards. He is marked down at the 30.
First and 10, Center Grove. Ball spotted at the Trojan 30-yard line.
Cherry, he's throwing, and he finds Hollabar for the completed pass. He's going to be tackled at the 38-yard line, 8 yards, just a couple of yards shy of a first down. Hollabar is really having a great game tonight.
Yeah, I love the play design here, because you got Hollabar going short and you got Coy going long. They're gonna pump fake one time to Hollabar, and then Coy's going to be open going long, but still a really good gain on first down.
2nd and 2 for the Trojans. Yoder has the first down. Gets it to the 42-yard line, 4 yards for Matthew Yoder. I like the way he hits the hole.
Well, you got to credit those big guys up front on that offensive line. Tyler Freed, number 59, Brady Weber, 54, Lucas Spittler, 60, Peyton Hutchins, 58, Andrew Eckhart, 62, C.J. Cypher, 72.
Sticking with the run game.
Another big hole.
Very nice hole. Right behind big number 72 on the offensive line.
That's Cyphers, Kevin. 6'6", 320. And, oh, yeah, by the way, he's a sophomore.
They're going to spot the ball at the 48-yard line. Give him 6 yards. Center Grove really winning first downs on this drive especially. We're at the 7-minute mark here in the second quarter. Cherry, he's throwing. He's getting pressure. Gets away from the pressure.
Throw it away, throw it away, if you throw it away.
And he just cannot get rid of it. He is taken down by Cathedral's number 42, Kyle Braun, defensive back at the 41-yard line. Man, he loses 7 yards.
You're exactly right. right here, Ted. He's just got to throw that. Holibar's in the area. You just got to throw it towards him, throw it out of bounds towards him. Save yourself 7 or 8 yards. Now it's 3rd and 11 for Center Grove. And Cathedral has shown they're going to bring pressure on 3rd down.
Holibar splits out here to the right, Coy to the left. Also Baxter to the left. Looks like McClurg in the slot on the left. Looking for McClurg and threw it behind him. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 11. One would think we'll see the punting unit for the first time tonight for the Trojans. Lockhart on the coverage for the Irish.
Looks like it was just a little behind him, maybe.
Yeah, McClurg had a step on his guy, but you're right. Cherry getting pressured again and kind of off that back foot and just threw it a little bit behind McClurg. And you're right. Now Center Grove for the first time all night is going to punt the ball away. Gabe McWilliams.
Jackson Lockhart, junior defensive back deep to return the punt. First punt of the night for Gabe McWilliams, averaging right around 31 yards per punt. We need a solid snap, and you got to get the hands on that football. Again, ball security so important with this heavy downpour of rain here at the Butler Bowl. Lockhart down the sideline, breaking some tackles. He's out of bounds. Great return, good field position for the Irish. 17 yards on the return.
Bad angle right there.
Yes.
You got 3 guys going at him, and you just take a poor angle and give him an additional 10 or 12 yards.
You're right. I mean, that ball should have been inside the 30-yard line, and instead, you're exactly to your point, Ted. You let him get outside. The contained man out there takes a bad angle, and that costs you. You probably would have had it inside the 25 or 20.
37 yards on the punt by McWilliams. Good job by the Trojans.
Slaughter on the run.
Not allowing him to get outside.
Yeah, a little bit of a low snap to O'Neal. You see it here, and he has to hurry up and just pitch it. They like that little play with Slaughter. He has to hesitate, and then boom, here comes A.J. Beggs with a tackle for no gain.
Defense needs to make a play, get the ball back.
Second down and 10. O'Neal puts one up in the air. Beautiful ball. Just let his man too much.
Wow.
Just off the fingertips. Number 6, the intended receiver, Auburn Johnson.
Man, and I thought he would either lay out for that or it was right in his fingertips. That's a pretty good ball by O'Neal. I think I don't know if he misjudged it or didn't see it with the rain coming down or what, but that's a really pretty ball by O'Neal.
3rd and 10 from the Cathedral 38-yard line.
Get some pressure up front.
Slaughter in motion. Low snap. O'Neal handles it. Rolls right, sets the feet. He's going to throw another long one. Looking for 3. And there's no flag. Incomplete pass, no flag. Zach Meeks, the intended receiver. Was that McConnell on the coverage? 48 McConnell.
It was McConnell on the ball. The problem there was that ball was underthrown. Meeks has got to step on him, and McConnell, Meeks has to slow down to get to that ball, and a good job of McConnell of making up the ground, and Center Grove holds.
Whew. that one's close.
But you know what, Ted? They're taking shots down the field. O'Neal's taking shots.
And like I said, if you watch last week's game, you know that Center Grove allows the people to get behind them every once in a while. You got to watch for a fake right here.
Not faking a beautiful spiraling punt. Drake McClurg from his own 21-yard line, 25-30. 35 gets a block, 40, 45, and there's a flag at midfield and a player down for Cathedral. McClurg goes out of bounds.
That's going to be a crackback.
Yep. Blindside block.
42 yards on the punt. Beautiful punt.
I was thinking it was going to happen about the 40-yard line, and Center Grove did a nice job of kind of just riding along, but up here about the 50, somebody clocked some guy.
You got it. We apologize for the commentary that's right in front of us. That crowd mic is really picking up some derogatory remarks. Let's just say that from the Cathedral fans are right in front of us.
The player is up for Cathedral. That's number 53, Nicholas Neal. He's one of the offensive linemen. I think he's also maybe the long snapper for Cathedral. Actually, he's the backup long snapper. His brother, William Neal, 68, is the starting long snapper. He walks to the sideline.
Now that, Rick, that is doing your homework when you know the backup long snapper. Hey, Kevin, that guy, he is doing his job.
I mean,
when you know the backup long snapper, by golly, you are doing
Rick
your
always
job.
talks how I'm a specialist, you know?
yeah.
I like special teams, maybe too much.
Kevin is a professional, Ted. We should all know that. Oh, that back
with a
Center Grove,
penalty, yeah, all the way to the 29.
I mean, Center Grove would have had the ball on the 44-yard line. Good return by McClurg, but 15 of it comes back.
Dominic Berry makes the catch. Swings him out of bounds at the 35, gave him 6 yards.
Kyle Braun.
Braun with the tackle.
Yeah, good soft hands by Berry there. Catches it out in front of him. Gets a couple extra yards after contact.
Second down and 4, 4:50 to play, second quarter. Yoder is wrapped up and dropped in behind the line of scrimmage. What a tackle, textbook tackle by Kyle Harden. He's a linebacker, sophomore. Loss of a yard back to the 36-yard line.
Harden's a kid last year, and yes, my memory is still okay. Sean and I are doing the freshman game. That kid probably made 95% of the tackles on their freshman team last year. He's a sophomore this year. Great sure tackler, and man, he showed it right there.
Third and 5. Cherry with time, throws and completes to Noah Coy, or did he drop?
No, it went through.
We get more and more precipitation on our window in the press box. It's going to be difficult to see the field for us.
Man, that was a tight window that he tried to squeeze that through, and I just think, yeah, I think 5 might have got a hand on that. And it got through Noah's hands. Center Grove has to give the ball up here.
4th and 5, we see McWilliams out there to punt. His last punt went 37 yards. Jackson Lockhart back deep for the Irish. Good punt by McWilliams. Lockhart backs away.
Let it roll.
What a wonderful roll for the Center Grove Trojans inside the 20. 47 yards on the punt. That might be a season and career best for McWilliams.
And on a night like tonight, every punt's going to be an adventure for both sides. And for McWilliams to get that one away from the return man and then get about a 10-yard roll, that's huge.
Yeah, you want to take advantage of your field position here, Center Grove. Try to get a stop and get that football back.
Ted, did you pack a squeegee for tonight? As we see Cathedral on first down with a nice run, 22 bonds. But yeah, our window here has got a lot of water on it. Almost need a squeegee. 10 yards for Bonds on first down.
First down, Cathedral.
Well, that gets them out of a little bit of a hole inside their own 20.
At the 30-yard line.
You cannot tackle him up high. You have to hit him low.
Again on the carry.
5 yards for Bonds. McConnell makes the tackle.
I don't know why the clock. No, it stopped for a minute there. We've got all 3 of their timeouts, 3 minutes left. Center Grove gets the ball at the start of the second half.
Trying to pick up the first down, gets it to the 40. First down for the Irish. That's Devon Slaughter, junior wide receiver, collects 6 yards. And a player down, that's Slaughter. He's a little slow getting up, and now he's to his feet.
And he gave the
referee a concussion, or a bloody nose. He appears to be okay. Slaughter goes to the sideline. Football at the 40, give him 6 yards. First down Irish, 2:50 on the clock. We're in the second quarter, 16-7. Trojans lead it. And Bonds Gets it to the 45 and then push back, give him 5 yards. And just must pass along to our fans out there. Of course, the window in front of us, a lot of precipitation. The window in front of us does not open. So, yes, we would open it, but we cannot open the window. So we'll do our best.
The good thing is the camera is still okay.
It sure does look good. 2nd down and 5. Oh, Danny O'Neal, play action. He actually is going to run the football. He fakes the handoff. Nice read by O'Neal. Gets 4 yards. Going to be a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, you got to figure they're in 4-down territory again, just like they went for it on 4th and short. In case they don't make it here, Center Grove trying to find a way to get a stop.
3rd and 1. O'Neal. He's going to hand it off. Bonds stood up. Push back.
Oh, wow. What a spot.
You got to be kidding me. He got it stood up at the 49. They're saying first down. They're going to put it at the 50.
Watch this replay. See where he gets hit and stood up.
I thought he got hit at the 49. Did he ever get to the 50? I don't know. They're going to give it to him. 1 yard.
I don't ever talk about the refs, so I don't know what you're talking about, Kevin.
New set of downs here for the Irish. 90 seconds left in the first half. Our Race Going Auto Group halftime show coming up in just a moment. Scott Hendrick will join us, Center Grove Parent Club president. And O'Neal, he just throws it up for grabs. He's got a man. And Boswell mistimed it. It is a penalty. Maybe not a bad idea because he could have caught that and gone for a touchdown.
Yeah, it's only a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot foul like it is in the NFL.
But that ball was about 20 yards underthrown.
He was open.
He got behind the defense. The defensive backs just cannot allow them to get behind, especially when you look at the time and the clock and you know what they're looking to do. They're going to throw it up at some point in time, and they did right there.
Well, yeah, you got to figure, run. At some point, they're going to pull that back, and that's exactly what they did. They faked the little pitch like they've run a couple times with Slaughter, and then just throw it up because he was getting heavy pressure.
At the Trojan 35-yard line, new set of downs, 1:19 on the clock, first half. O'Neal with time. Now he's getting pressure. Here comes double A.
That should be a crackback block.
No penalty flag of any type on the field.
Yeah, there is.
There is on the far side of the field at the 45.
And Nate Johnson's down, so if you're going to call a 15-yarder on the other side, that's exactly as 55 turns around and points at him.
So this is going against Cathedral.
It better
should be a 15-yard
them.
penalty. Referees discussing. It's at the 45 on the Center Grove side of the field. Yeah, I didn't see it at first. I was looking more in the backfield, but it's on the Center Grove side of the field. Good shot of the flag.
I don't like where they're looking, though. That indicates they didn't call it on that.
Personal foul.
Yeah, they did.
Against Cathedral.
Yeah.
Negates the play.
And if you see it, I thought we were going to get a replay. 75
for
Center Grove, and Nate Johnson goes to the sidelines. He was in pursuit of the quarterback. You'll see it here as he starts to scramble. Watch 75 in the middle of your screen right here, and then watch, boom, that kid right there on the 48-yard line. So that should take them back 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, which should take them.
Nate Johnson, he's a tough young man. He goes to the sideline. He went off under his own power, so hopefully he'll be back on the field shortly.
Yeah,
first down at 25.
At the 50,
yeah, it's at the 50.
But like you said, Ted, you can't let those guys get behind you now.
O'Neal.
Oh, that's a hold.
My gosh.
He got tackled.
Down the sideline, incomplete pass. Yeah, the Center Grove player got tackled. Call it what it is. He got tackled.
Watch 91, right side of your line. He gets by 55. He completely takes him to the ground. That's a heck of a tackle.
And we've got plenty of precipitation on the window, so we're having a hard time seeing the field, but we saw that. 2nd down and very, very long.
Good job by the defensive backs there. They kept coverage on those guys.
2nd and 25 at the 50. O'Neal's plenty of time. He's throwing it deep again, and it's knocked away. Boswell knocks it away from Patrick Mazer.
That was a really good job. He turned his head, he found the football, and then he's able to knock it away. He wasn't just face guarding. He did an excellent job. And it's not easy to do out there when you're at the corner by yourself, but he did an outstanding job right there.
Good to see Nate Johnson back in the lineup for Center Grove at that nose tackle position.
3rd and 25, very low snap. O'Neal's able to get control of it. Throws it, incomplete pass. Soderdahl with the coverage on number 8. That's Devon Slaughter, and now it's going to be 4th and very long, and we'll see
you got a punt.
The punting unit for Cathedral with 36 seconds to play.
And honestly, with the way that he struggled, I might think about sending somebody after him here. Slippery ball, wet field, struggled a little bit with the snaps.
I'm surprised we even have a guy back.
McClurg back deep inside the 20. Van Krisseloff,
this would be
sophomore
one of
punter.
The times that I would say don't handle it unless you just absolutely have to.
Yeah, I don't. Yep. Good call there.
Yep.
At the 25-yard line is where Center Grove will take control with 27 seconds left. Center Grove will have the ball to begin the second half. 25 yards on the punt.
So, Dewey, I'm a pretty conservative guy. You just take a knee, Ted, or you give one shot deep and see what happens. You've got all 3 timeouts.
Thankful that our defense stood up there. We were able to get the ball back without any points being put on the board. Times getting tougher and tougher with the rain. It's not getting any easier. I would put a knee down and get to that locker room.
Trojans will let the clock run down to 15 seconds. Center Grove led 16-0 after the first quarter. One big play by Cathedral here in the second quarter to make it 16-7 here at intermission. Up next, our Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. The Trojans and the Irish in the rain at the Butler Bowl. CG 16, Cathedral 7. This is CG football being presented tonight by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Have you ever felt the cold shock of water that's not hot enough? When Dad and Mom, little Sarah and Peter all yelled, "What's happened to the water heater?" Mom knew the answer right away. Call Carter Plumbing for hot water today. The Prince of Plumbing and his magical powers will save the day and bring back hot showers.
Hot water today, or it's you we pay. Carter Plumbing will save the day. 859-9999. CartersMyPlumber.com.
With local roots and tradition and excellence, Duke Collective is the right choice when it comes to buying or selling your home. If you want to win, then go with Duke. Duke Collective. Real estate done right.
Inventory is the highest and prices are the lowest. We're fully stocked on GMC Sierras again with the best lease prices of the year. Right now, get a GMC Sierra 1500 for as low as $349 a month, or save up to $67.50 on the purchase of a new Sierra and get financing as low as 0.9%. Plus, be payment-free for the rest of 2023. US 31 South or I-465 and East Washington Street or RayScumandCars.com.
Welcome to the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. Here at the Butler Bowl tonight, downtown Indy. 16-7. Center Grove leads Cathedral here at intermission. Kevin Conrad now joined by Scott Hendrick, the Center Grove Football Parent Club president. And Scott, I think you made the right choice to come up here in this warm press box. It's very dry. To spend some time with us here at halftime. Not so nice out there, but boy, what an interesting first half.
Yeah, you're right, and I'm not going to lie. I came up here a few minutes early just to get out of the rain. So
I saw you here up at kickoff.
Yeah, it's nice up here. It's nice and warm and dry. But yeah, great first quarter. Second quarter slowed down a little bit, but it's a good start. We're up at halftime, and Coach Moore usually makes pretty good adjustments. So I feel pretty good going into the second half.
Maybe, Scott, tell our fans all the preparations behind the scenes this week and getting ready for tonight's game. You got to get ready for the rain. You're trying to feed the players. Just give us an idea of what it was like leading up to tonight's kickoff.
Yeah, you're right. It was different this week. We're on fall break, so our schedule's off. The kids aren't in school, so we're trying to keep them busy, keep them active so they're not laying around all day. So, we did a lot of different things, but we had a ton of parents' help. It worked out really well. We did some neat events with the kids, did a little back nine golf, and then went and did a game show deal with the seniors. So we had a good time and kept the kids busy. And anytime we play Cathedral, it seems like lately, we've always got elements. So we've played in the mud bowl, we're playing in the rain, no locker rooms, whatever it is, we'll just get ready and be ready to play.
That's a good point. I'm looking out on the field right now, and our fans at home can see there are no locker rooms available tonight for Cathedral or Center Grove. So Cathedral is huddling here to our left in the end zone, kind of like what you see in youth football, if you will, or maybe middle school football. And the Center Grove Trojans remain on their side of the field. They've got some tents over here to the left to try and get out of the rain a little bit. So it is interesting, but all in all, you just get through it, and hopefully the Trojans can pull out a win tonight. But
yeah, you're right. I mean, I can look down. I keep waiting to see the players' bags lined up in a row and the moms handing out snacks at halftime, like we're back at the Bantam Fields. But we'll make the best of it and come out and play the second half.
Well, let's talk about a big event. Maybe it is the biggest fundraiser for Center Grove football, and that is the Craft Fair. We're not too far off from the Craft Fair. And tell us all about the 2023 Craft Fair.
Well, you're right. It is the biggest fundraiser we do as a program. We couldn't survive without it. It's coming up on Saturday, November 4th. It's all day, starts at 9 o'clock, ends at 4 o'clock, and in that time, we get nearly 450 vendors set up. We use the main gym, the SAC, the hallways. The place is full. Thousands of customers come through, and it's a great event. It's so good that even with 450 vendors, I think we've got 150 on the waiting list to join when they get the opportunity. So the parents do a great job putting it on. The moms that organize it work their butts off all year for that one day, and it shows. It's a great event. Everybody that comes there talks about how much they like it, how much they sell that day, and they can't wait to come back next year. So it's good.
Fantastic. Get out, support the Center Grove Trojans, and get to the Craft Fair.
Yeah, and this year they're going to have Santa Claus. He's going to be there again, and it's free pictures for the guests when they're there. They can come get pictures taken with Santa Claus with their kids. That'll be going on from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And again, this year we're going to have food trucks set up for breakfast and lunch. So if you're listening, come out, join the Craft Fair. Make sure you see the SAC. Last year was the first year we used it. A lot of people didn't know we had another 200 vendors in that room. So we want to make sure we get people to check out the whole thing and have a great day.
And coming up tomorrow, big day at Center Grove back at Ray Skillman Stadium. Center Grove JV will host Cathedral at 9 o'clock. And then at 10:30 right after, you got the freshman team hosting the Irish. So tomorrow's a big day. It's the final games for both the freshman and JV teams. Sure love to see a big crowd tomorrow at Ray Skillman Stadium.
Absolutely. Get out there and support them. The future of Center Grove football looks good. Both teams have had a great season. The freshman team's undefeated, and I think the JV team's only lost one game this year. So, you got those two teams playing great. I think also we've got the Junior Trojans playing this weekend.
Yeah, they're going to play Saturday night, 6 o'clock at Center Grove Middle School North in the championship against Noblesville.
Yeah, so just a great day for Center Grove football. Get out and support the younger guys. They're going to be up here playing soon, and no doubt going to keep this winning streak going.
Scott, really appreciate everything that you do. I know it's just not you. You got a lot of parents that help you. I always talk about Aaron Holt, the president of the Gridiron. it takes a lot of parents and a lot of volunteers.
It does, and we've got some great ones. There's never a shortage of people asking me, what can I do to help? What can we do? Got a real good group of junior parents that have been helping a lot this year. Sean Williams and Bo Barrett and Tapak and those guys have been a lot of help, and we really appreciate that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun when you get to do these kind of things with the other parents and the people that you're here celebrating with. It makes it more fun.
And Scott, after tonight's game, again, this is the regular season finale. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll start the sectional at home against Franklin Central. So I know Coach always talks about that, the drive for 5, if you will, in the state tournament. Center Grove obviously trying to go for its 4th consecutive state championship. And Center Grove at the moment has the longest streaks, 12 sectional titles in a row, going for 13 this year.
It's incredible. You never take any game for granted. The Franklin Central team gave us, a great game last year in sectionals, so you don't want to take it for granted. But if these kids are able to do it, it's pretty remarkable. The senior class will have never not played in a state championship and won. So it's something really exciting. The guys, they know what they're playing for. They know what it means, and they're taking every game serious. And, Coach Moore always says, one game at a time, and only we can only beat ourselves. So they're ready. They're gonna come out. They're gonna play well and hopefully make it.
Scott Hendrick, appreciate your time here at halftime. I know you like to stay in here and stay dry, so why don't you stay for the second half?
Yeah, Rick, you may have to go back out in the hallway. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, we might put him outside.
I'll give him my raincoat.
There we go. Well, thank you, Scott. Appreciate everything that you do for Center Grove football.
Thank you.
So again, we're at intermission, 16-7. Center Grove leads Cathedral here at the Butler Bowl. This is the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show, and tonight is, like I said, the final game of the regular season across the state of Indiana in high school football in Austin. I think we have our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard. That first half really didn't have any breaks. It was so fast we didn't get a chance to do any of our scoreboards. There's a nice score. Brownsburg undefeated, playing Hamilton Southeastern. Rick, I believe on that particular game, Brownsburg already has won the conference championship, but they're trying to win it outright with a win tonight. They're up 7-0 over the Royals. If the Royals win, I think they'll both have one loss.
I think both those teams and Westfield, it would be if Westfield wins tonight.
They'll all have one loss. So HSC could play spoiler, if you will. Could be a share three-way tie, or if Brownsburg wins tonight, they win it outright. So there's your score in the second quarter. You've got Carmel playing at Lawrence Central. The Bears playing much better here late in the season, but the Greyhounds by 3 in the second quarter. Also, we got Ben Davis, Mick Champs. They were a final. Did they play that one early on?
They started at 5:30.
Gotcha.
They were smart. They got that one started early, unlike the rest of these games. So yeah, that one got done early, and Ben Davis in a big way over the winless North Central team.
And there's Franklin Central. Center Grove will play Franklin Central 2 weeks from tonight in the sectional opener at Ray Skillman Stadium. The Flashes lead Westfield 12-7. That one just going to halftime. In the second quarter, Fishers lead Zionsville 21-7 in the HCC. We have Avon leading Noblesville 7-0. I think Avon just coming off its first win of the season. That game's at halftime. In the second quarter, LN leads Pike 7-0. Wildcats gave Center Grove a great game last week. Christian Brothers out of Missouri, the Cadets at Warren Central, they're up 27-0. Roncalli at home struggling. Is it they're playing East Central tonight?
East Central's obviously the favorite in 4A. It's a number 1 ranked team, and they're absolutely pasting Roncalli.
Wow.
Tough season for Roncalli.
Cathedral beat Roncalli last week 42-0. Greenwood at home, that's a kind of a surprise. Whiteland's having a great year, and they've been a little up and down with some injuries, but 21-14 Greenwood at home leads Whiteland in the Mid-State Conference, and Decatur Central and Franklin also in the Mid-State Conference game, scoreless in the second quarter. So again, here at the Butler Bowl, 16-7, Center Grove leads Cathedral. Center Grove will receive to begin the third quarter. And Rick, just your assessment of this opening half.
I mean, it was kind of a little bit of a tale of 2 quarters. Center Grove absolutely dominated that first quarter, and then Cathedral, kind of got their footing underneath of them a little bit. A really good job by Center Grove in the last half of that second quarter of not allowing Cathedral to get more points on the board. They had a couple drives that got down into Center Grove territory, but Center Grove did a good job of stiffening up there and not allowing them to get in the end zone anymore. It really seems like the teams that are going, what would that be, south to north? If my direction on the viewer screen, right to left, I don't know if the wind, we talked about the wind not being, but both teams seem to throw the ball better that way. Center Grove in the first quarter had some really nice balls from Cherry to Hollibar for the first touchdown, and then Coy in the second touchdown. And then O'Neal found his one and only touchdown there. But both teams are going to have to run the ball. Center Grove's going to have to run the ball better. I would imagine Cathedral's going to start stacking the box. Where Cathedral has had success defensively is when they've sent extra guys when it's a passing down for Center Grove. So hopefully Center Grove can get ahead of the chains and pick up good yardage on first down, and then that makes their offense unpredictable.
Also coming up tomorrow, we talked about Center Grove hosting Cathedral and JV and freshman football, 9 o'clock and 10:30 at Ray-Skillman Stadium. Please get out there, support the Trojans. Final game of the regular season for the JV and freshman teams tomorrow. If you can't make it, Rick and I will be there with a live stream. So one way or the other, get out, support the Trojans tomorrow.
Yeah, and the freshmen, like Scott said, freshmen are undefeated going into tomorrow's game, and JV has only lost once, and they haven't yet to lose to an in-state team. JV's only loss was to Trinity in week 3 there. So both of those teams, a lot of talent on those teams. But Cathedral, I mean, those have typically been, if not the toughest game of the year, one of the toughest for both of those teams. So should be a couple of great games tomorrow morning at Ray-Skillman.
Also coming up tomorrow, the boys and girls cross-country teams will be competing in the sectional down at Shelbyville, and also the volleyball team will be in sectional action tomorrow at Greenwood, taking on Bloomington South at 11 o'clock in the morning. If the Trojans can take care of business in the day contest, Rick and I will be there tomorrow night for the sectional championship of the volleyball at 6 o'clock.
Well, in the volleyball, I mean, really, that semifinal match against Bloomington North, I mean, that's the one that's going to decide it, because those two teams, Center Grove and Bloomington North, had a 3-2 match early in the year that Center Grove came back from a 2-0 deficit to win the last 3 in a reverse sweep, and you know, those are the two teams with the most gaudy records in that sectional versus the other half of the draw. So that's the big one at 11 tomorrow morning. Hopefully they can take care of business, and then we'll do the championship game at Greenwood High School at 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Also 6 o'clock tomorrow night, the junior Trojans will be playing in the state championship against Noblesville. It'll be played at Center Grove Middle School North, and they're going to try and defend their state title, and they're going for state championship number 9 in their great long tradition.
Yeah, and we did their first round game a couple weeks ago, and really impressive performance, and they take on Noblesville, who's really been there with them all year. They did beat Noblesville 20-0 in the first time they matched up with each other, but Noblesville's were undefeated other than that loss to Center Grove, so it should be a great game tomorrow night at Middle School North.
And before we get this second half underway, a big thank you to Cast Iron Grill for the pregame meal tonight. A big thank you to Keith Johnson. He's got a food truck and he's got catering. You can call him at 317-716-8889 for more information. But how about the pregame meal tonight?
I mean, I'll talk about the pork kebabs because I had a lot of meat. I'm a meat guy, carnivore, whatever you want to call me. Ted, on the other hand, I think the comment as he had the shrimp and grits. Yes, it was shrimp and grits. It had some bacon in it, other stuff. I think, to quote Mr. Kitchell over here, that bleeping shrimp and grits was really good.
You want to try that? It's good.
Now that's one heck of an endorsement.
Of all nights, not to have a locker room to go to at halftime where you could dry out. I'm telling you what, I went outside. It is pouring. It's pouring down rain, and these poor guys, both teams, have to stand out on that field, and they're getting soaked. We'll see who's mentally tough here tonight.
That concludes our Ray-Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. We're ready for the third quarter. Trying to keep the ball on the tee. He resets it.
You got to be ready for anything right here.
Yep.
You're ready for an onside kick, tough weather. You got to be able to.
Henry Lewis tees it up, drives it. It's going to be taken at around the 5-yard line by Yoder to the 10, 15. Trying to sprint it out to the Center Grove side of the field. He fumbles. The ball's loose. Cathedral says they have it. He got hit. Ball comes out. We've already seen the signs of a wet ball and wet hands. Fumble by the Trojans.
Well, that's absolutely what Cathedral needed right there. You saw it, just a good solid stick by their their guy, and Yoder didn't cover it up, and boom, out it comes. And Center Grove's momentum that they had going into the halftime, and you get the ball at the start of the second half, just goes poof right there with one stick, and you see it. Right there, it's probably better just go straight up the field and get to the 20 or 25. But,
it popped right out of there.
I don't know if it was, I couldn't quite catch the number, but Cathedral takes over.
At the Trojan 19-yard line, Bonds breaks a tackle. Gets it inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Bonds gets 5 yards.
Hall on the tackle for Center Grove.
Soderdahl makes the tackle.
I was just thinking at halftime, neither team had turned the ball over, and right there.
They're going fast. He's not even being covered. He drops the football unless it's a fumble.
No, he dropped it.
So incomplete pass. He had a touchdown. That's Auburn Johnson. He was wide open. Not even. They went fast, so nobody got out there to get on to defending.
Center Grove has nobody out there on the left side against him.
They do that all year. I mean, it's like they're going to give us time to get out and defend. I mean, I wondered at what point in time somebody's going to just quick count them and throw it out there, and it happened right there, and they just dropped it.
So we have a penalty.
False start against the Irish.
False start against the Irish. Football back to the 19-yard line. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down and 10. They run it to just shy of the 15. Looks like they'll get it to the 15. 4 yards. Bonds, 4 yards.
So a huge play here, and obviously, Cathedral knows their own kicking game and whether they're going to try a field goal from here, but it might be 4-down territory all night for both teams with the way this weather is.
3rd and 7 for the Irish at the 15-yard line. O'Neal throws, and incomplete pass through the hands of Jacob. Make that Keith Long, the tight end.
Man, decision time now. Here comes the field goal unit. You've got to make sure you are smart on that defensive side. You don't really need to rush and try to block this, Ted. You're just trying to stay fundamentally sound so they don't try to run a fake kick or anything like that. I mean, this is a 33-yarder.
Van Krisseloff, the sophomore. Just enough leg, and it is good. 16-10, Trojans by 6, 10:43 to play in the third quarter.
That's a good stop by the defense, only allowing them 3 points right there. It could have easily been 7.
One of our proud sponsors of Center Grove Trojan football, Howard Companies. Howard Companies, formerly known as Harding Group, has been serving the Midwest since 1960 as a leader in asphalt paving and maintenance. Howard Companies is consistently ranked in the nation's top 10 by Pavement magazine.
Well, Ted's absolutely right. That could have been way worse. Center Grove defense, a good job of standing up there and keeping Cathedral out of the end zone, but that field goal does cut it to a touchdown, a 6-point lead. So Center Grove obviously can't turn the ball over like they did on that kickoff return.
Henry Lewis to kick for the Irish.
Henry Lewis, sophomore. Tees it up. Middle of the field. Yoder and McClurg back deep. Good hang time. Pins McClurg at the 4-yard line. To the 15, 20. Gets a nice block on the edge. To the 30-yard line, out of bounds. Good solid field position for the Trojans. 26 yards on the return for the freshman.
Yeah, because that's a well-placed ball by Krisseloff. I mean, Drake caught that kind of going back on his own 3-yard line with the sideline on his right, but a good job of just getting it straight up the field. I mean, that's where you can just get as much yardage as possible. Don't try to outrun anybody to the outside. Center Grove takes over on the 30.
Trojans have been ineffective offensively since that opening quarter. See what they can dial up here in their first drive of the second half. They're in front 16-10. Yoder finds a nice seam off the left side of the line.
Yoder, the ball carrier.
Gets it across the 35 to the 37, gave him 7 yards.
Man, if they don't grab his jersey, he might have another 5 or 10. You see it here. Yoder's past him, and then boom. I think big number 97, Hosea Smith's the one that grabbed him by the jersey. But a good gain on first down.
Third quarter tonight being presented by IU Health and by Bay Horse Inn, and our second half replays by Peterman Brothers. Second down, a long 3, back to Yoder, and he's going to be hit and dropped for a loss at the 35. He loses a couple of yards.
That's Smith again. Big body on that defensive line.
Loss of 2 on the play.
3rd and 5. Hollibar brings in the next play for the Trojans. He'll split out here to the right. Coy to the left. Cherry in the gun. Fakes the handoff across the middle, looking for Coy. He's got the first down. He's tackled at the 49.
He does such a good job of keeping the defender off the ball. I mean, he gets his body between the defender and that football, and it just makes it so difficult for the defender to come through there, and he's able to catch that ball and get a first down.
And they got 2 guys on him. They got a guy on the outside and a guy on the inside, but Coy makes such a – I mean, Ted talks all about all the time what great routes that he runs, and right there a big first down.
Another big play for the Center Grove Trojans.
Hang on to it.
Trying to hang on to that football.
Yoder, the ball carrier.
Yoder, nope, that's Hennessy, 32. That's his first carry of the night. Austin Hennessy.
Yeah, and he got through that hole quickly. You see it, boom. Quick hitter, and man, he takes 42 for a ride. 42 hangs on for about 10 yards.
36-yard line.
15 yards to the Cathedral 36. Austin Hennessy, very explosive, a great speed. Coach says just got to keep developing the vision, and he was really good on that play. New set of downs. They go back to Hennessy. This time he's wrapped up as he picks up 1 yard at the 35-yard line.
But you see a couple different looks. You're going to get Coy's going to get the ball one of those times out of that backfield just to get him some more touches. But a good job by that Cathedral defense to hold Hennessy to only 1 there.
How important is this drive for the Center Grove Trojans?
Very.
I think so too.
Yeah, very important.
I mean, all the momentum on that Cathedral side right now. They've scored 10 straight after being down 16-0.
Second down and 9. Cherry, he's looking left, comes back right, completes to Tristan Baxter. He gets away from the tacklers. He's to the 20, puts on the brakes, and he goes down at the 16-yard line. What a play by Tristan Baxter.
That was a nice move. You see it here. Boom. 2 missed tackles there. Another one there.
Yak.
Wow.
Yards after carry, or after catch. Yards after catch. I'm big right there.
Great job by the junior Tristan Baxter.
Phenomenal play by Baxter at the 16-yard line. Cherry throws it to Coy. And he's wrapped up, and he's going to get minimal gain. He's tackled at the 15, 1 yard.
Jackson Lockhart on the tackle.
Lockhart with the tackle.
A little different look there, and just kind of a little flip pass out there to Coy, but Cathedral had that covered pretty well.
2nd and 9 here for the Trojans. 7:15 on the clock. We're in the third quarter. Center Grove has not scored since the first quarter. Cherry, he's looking for Coy in the end zone, and he slides and he makes the catch. Touchdown Trojans. 15 yards on the strike.
Are you kidding me? Did he catch that?
As he was sliding to the ground.
Just like a baseball player would slide.
Look,
watch that.
Ball's a little bit behind him. He skids into the end zone. What a catch.
Unbelievable.
Noah
Coy.
Just continue to pad those career records at Center Grove.
So Noah Coy tonight, 2 touchdowns. On the season now, he's got 12 touchdowns, and for a career, 26, which that is a Center Grove record that he set earlier in this season. Center Grove leads at 22-10. Patrick Smith, PAT kick is right down the middle. 23-10 Trojans.
That was a big possession right there. I mean, they come out of the halftime, fumble it, basically give Cathedral 3 points. And then the first time the offense is able to get possession of the football, just beautiful drive. I mean, passing the football when you need to, running the football, offensive line doing a great job creating a lot of opportunities, holes for people to score through. So offense out and answered the question once again.
And Coy now over 100 yards receiving again. And, I mean, we run out of superlatives, Ted, to what this combination's done the last 2 years. We kind of take it a little bit for granted just watching how he plays and how smooth that Noah Coy is out there at wide receiver. But, man, the connection that him and Tyler Cherry have is something that Center Grove's never seen in their history of football.
Yeah.
And I just got notified that the rain has stopped for the moment.
Okay, who do we get to squeegee off our window here then, Kevin?
There's our good friend Sam Venegas. Wow. It was close.
Oh, you better get him to the ground.
Great return. Kicker misses. And he finally get him out of bounds on the far side of the field. But on that return, when he caught it, he almost put his knee down. 47 yards on the return.
I mean, I want to see this replay.
As he received it, he almost put his right knee on the turf.
And they would have been inside the 5-yard line. They're saying he stepped out of bounds at the 50, but watch the replay here.
Looked like his right knee, maybe. Ooh, it was close. Close.
I throw the challenge flag if I was in the NFL. We don't have one of those in high school.
Do you have it in your sock, like Belichick?
Here's where we don't blow the whistle, and then we get a rugby scrum.
Bonds gets a couple of yards on first down.
Man, and another huge possession for both teams here. Center Grove's defense can hold Cathedral, not allow them to have any points and get the ball back. It's a big part of tonight's game.
3 yards for Bonds, second down at 7. Football at the Trojan 47-yard line. O'Neal keeps it and slides.
Yeah, you can't mark him at the 43.
Yeah,
the other guy had it right. Yeah. On the other
almost
side.
the 45.
Yeah.
So they'll put it at the 44, so he gets 3 yards.
The guy on the Cathedral sideline runs in like he's going to mark it at the 43.
3rd and 4 for the Irish. 5:45 and counting, third quarter. Play action. It's tipped. Well done. That was
Lincoln Bright.
Lincoln Bright who tipped it. And 22 Bonds, the running back for Cathedral, he's limping a little bit as he comes to the sideline.
Yeah, and the Cathedral offense comes to the sideline like they're thinking they're going to punt the ball, and instead they come back out. Center Grove's got to get their defense back in.
We may need to call a timeout. Center Grove calls a timeout.
Timeout, Center Grove.
You can't just give them a penalty right there and give them a first down. At least make them earn it.
Yeah, Cathedral came all the way to the sideline and
made it look like they were going to punt.
And then they kind of pushed that offense back out there.
Got to be disciplined here. You can't jump and give them a penalty.
Now,
first down.
With that being said, Danny O'Neal has punted 3 times this year, so
could do the quick
kick. Could have
kick.
been the little pooch punt, but if that's the case, fine. You got your regular defense out there. Number 1, like you said, Ted, do not jump offside and give them the free 5 yards and a first down. And number 2, if they punt it away and they down it inside your 20-yard line, that's okay. You got the ball back.
Yeah, I would think he would stick with his regular defense here.
Hudson Industrial Services donating $5 to the Center Grove Education Foundation for each Center Grove sack, interception, and fumble recovery in tonight's matchup. Let's see what the Irish elect to do.
Backing up like he's going to punt.
That's okay. Do not jump.
Soderdahl drops back for a punt. He is going to do a quick kick. That is the quarterback, and Soderdahl mishandles it. Scoops it up in the end zone, gets around the first tackler.
Hang on to the ball.
He's at the 5 and can't quite get to the 10-yard line. So the Trojans will be deep in their own territory to begin things at the 5:29 mark in the third quarter.
If you're not the normal guy back there and that ball's inside the 10-yard line, get away from it. Let it run. Let it roll into the end zone. If it happens to back up and you get it inside the 5, oh well. Right there, that ball's probably going to go in the end zone. You let it go.
38 yards on the punt, about an 8-yard return.
Averts disaster. That's the best way you can describe that. Now you need a 17-minute drive, Ted?
I would take a 6-minute drive and get
points.
Get it to the 40-yard line.
Cherry will begin in the gun. Fakes it, looks, now goes underneath and has Hollibar. Great hands. He shakes off a tackler. He's to the 40, to the 50. He's a track runner. Great speed.
Baby.
Out of bounds, inside the 45.
Most people inside the 10, Eric Moore, riverboat gambler right there, Ted Kitchell.
Yep.
He drops his quarterback in the end zone. And second option, Hollibar was not his first option. It was Coy going deep. Hollibar gets open. And
that's a coach that has a tremendous amount of
confidence in the senior.
In his quarterback.
Yep. 47 yards for Hollibar.
Making good decisions.
At the Irish 44-yard line. Trojans running the ball. Is that Hennessy? I believe it's Hennessy again. Austin Hennessy gets a couple of yards on first down.
Man, and what was that? How far was that to Hollibar?
I had 47 yards.
So, Hollibar is over 100 yards as well. So, two guys now over 100 yards for Center Grove receiving. And, oh, man,
we must be in the twilight zone.
Center Grove.
That could never happen, running the wing T. Are you kidding me?
In inclement weather.
A couple of yards for Hennessy. 2nd down and 8, 4:35 on the clock, third quarter. Cherry with time, throws it, completes to McCoy at the 25. It's a sprint with a nice stiff arm. He gets out of bounds at the 5. Great speed, yards after catch. Ted Kitchell, he's at the 5.
He's making that poor 24 on their team. Watch it here. He's giving him 10-yard cushion. He's just sitting down in that zone, and that right there just shows. Noah Coy and Tyler Cherry know exactly what each of them are going to do.
He's just so smooth in all of his movements, his cuts. He just makes it look so easy, and the great ones always do. I remember watching Johnny Bench catch. He made it look so easy, and it just wasn't that easy, and that's the way Noah is.
37 yards for Coy. And now Yoder back in there, tries to bounce it to the outside, looking for the pylon. No indication he's out of bounds. He did not make it into the end zone.
Well, I get my jumbo package in here, and I get Mr. Cherry pushed into the end zone. Man, he was right at the. Let's see where they mark it. They're marking it with the tip of the ball.
It's inches. Inches.
Get your big old quarterback behind your center and push him in.
Up under center. Thank you.
Cherry keeps it.
He's into the end zone. What are we looking at?
They got to go and find him. Got to find the ball. And it's a touchdown. Cherry scores.
Sir.
Touchdown Trojans. 1 yard, Tyler Cherry.
You wanted a 6-minute drive and have us punt. I wanted a 17-minute drive. What do we get? About a 2-minute and 20-second, 94-yard drive on about 4 plays.
Pure perfection right there by a quarterback that is just phenomenal. Noah Coy, I can't say enough about how great a receiver you are. I make it look so easy, just effortless.
And Center Grove now going for 2 to try to get up by 3 full touchdowns.
3 rushing touchdowns on the season for Tyler Cherry. Trojans going for 2. They throw it out here in the flat. Yoder catches, and he's into the end zone. 2 points for the Trojans.
Great block right there. Somebody blocked. 23.
Yoder got in. Who was the block? Was it T.J. Williams?
87, Tristan
Baxter. Yes, sir.
Tristan Baxter.
Great job.
All right, so now I'm going to play politician. I know everybody loves politicians. If Tyler Cherry is not in the top conversation for Mr. Football in the state of Indiana. I don't know who else should be. Yeah. What he's done this year, and I mean, 4 more touchdowns tonight, 3 through the air, 1 on the ground, and that young man has been absolutely fantastic for a team that's going to be either number 1 or number 2 going into the state playoffs.
Yeah, I asked you last week, I mean, who else in the state have you heard of that can possibly?
I mean, people talk about Danny O'Neill at the start of this year, but I mean, Tyler Cherry's had a much better year than him this year. So
I know another player.
There's one other kid, and who are you going to say?
Noah
Coy.
Yeah. I saw that one coming because I totally agree with you.
Hey, Marion had co-Mr. Basketballs.
There you go. And I think those 2 young men would absolutely love to share that together. Neighbors in good old Eagle Trace down in the White River Township, and those 2 men have been special this year and last year.
Trojans didn't cover very well last time. Much better job here.
A.J. Beggs, that dude has been really good on special teams and at the linebacker position after sitting out last year. A good job, and Center Grove now with a 3-touchdown lead. And
you got a 3-touchdown lead, and you just don't want to give anything up. Boom, where they 40 seconds they score 70-yard touchdown. I mean, at least make them work for it. 10 plays, 12 plays.
20-yard return from the 24. They're passing, and did he hold on? He does.
That's a great catch.
Hang on. Zach Meek, 6'7" tight end, does hang on, but Ted, 8 yards on the completed pass. I remind both of you, I'm sure Coach Moore's reminded the team, Center Grove was cruising through 3 quarters last year against Cathedral, and then the wheels fell off in the 4th quarter, and Center Grove lost the football game. You have to finish with this Irish team tonight.
That's a great point, Kevin, because you're right. It was, about 20-some-odd points in the last 8 minutes of that ball game when you had full control of that game. Cannot let your foot off the gas.
3rd and short, 3rd and a couple. Ryder Woolwine was able to tip that last pass at the line of scrimmage. Pass complete, runs out of bounds for the first down.
Good read by O'Neill right there.
He got
because
popped.
They blitzed him from the left side. He saw it coming, waited, and then threw it to his out man right there, and he's able to pick up a first down.
Bonds 11 yards. 3:25 and counting. We're in the 3rd quarter. Center Grove leads at 31-10. New set of downs. Football at the Cathedral 43. O'Neill, he's going to take a shot. His man's got a step, and Boswell tried to knock it down, cannot, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown for Auburn Johnson. He's 6'6". He goes 57 yards for the score.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, you got to make them earn it. You got to make them go. If they go 10 or 12 plays and they get a touchdown, fine, move on. But you can't just let them throw a 60-yard touchdown pass and throw it over the top of us. And this is the 2nd week in a row it's happened. It happened against Lawrence North last week. You've got to do a better job than that.
PAT kick is good. Makes it 31-17. Trojans lead it with 3:13 to play.
Center Grove 31, Cathedral 17.
They scored in less than a minute. I mean, in exactly your point, Ted, you cannot let somebody get behind you, and it happened again. And I mean, Boswell looked like he was in good shape there. He just didn't knock the ball away, or Johnson just took it away from him. But man.
And I know it's not easy. I mean, you're out there on an island by yourself, and it's just, that's why it's in the NFL, that's the number 1 draft position usually every year is people take either a big defensive tackle on the line or they take a corner. And it's hard guarding those guys out there, but that's your job. You got to do whatever you can to not let big plays happen like that. There it is.
Onside.
I mean, it didn't go.
We're going to say Cathedral ball. Onside kick recovered by the Irish.
Coach Moore is furious.
Watch the replay.
Did they touch it before 10 yards?
He's got to get to the 50.
You could see Moore just lighting up the official as well.
So it'll be Irish ball at the Trojan 47.
Never over.
Got to finish. O'Neal's throwing to the man in motion. He makes the catch. Owen Bright misses on the tackle. He runs out of bounds. Devon Slaughter with the reception. Owen Bright mixing things up a little bit here with the Irish on the sideline. Back to the playing field.
Might be time to turn down that crowd mic again.
12 yards for Slaughter. Football just inside the 35 at the 34. First and 10 for the Irish. Again, 2:59 to play. We're in the third. They recover the onside kick. Bonds goes in motion. O'Neal steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to make a move and runs the football. He's to the 25 and hit out of bounds at around the 21-yard line. Luke Barrett makes the tackle for the Trojans. 13 yards.
Yeah, too many missed tackles there. I mean, you got him for little or no gain, and Coach Moore talked about it. He's a good runner. Showed it right there.
Bonds hit at the line of scrimmage and then taken down at the 20. He gets a yard.
It's Caden McConnell there with the stick. Watch here as he fills from that linebacker position, number 48.
I think the call, going back to the onside kick, the guy has to have a chance to receive it. You cannot blow up the guy.
I mean, there were 6 guys
to blow up
the
guy. You can't blow it up. The guy receiving the ball has to have a chance. You can't just go down. I think it's a fairly new rule a few years back. O'Neal rolling. He's got some time now, runs out of time. He throws it away. Throws it into the hillside, outside the end zone, just beyond the end zone. 2:07 to play. We're in the third.
Man, he got popped again.
Was that Woolwine that hit him?
It was Woolwine and Gaffney were both there. But
he's suffering.
I mean, you're going to scramble like that, and you're going to wait till the last possible minute. You're going to get stuck in a good, clean hit right in the rib section.
3rd and 9. Football at the Trojan 20-yard line. O'Neal stays in the ball game. Steps up, pumps. Now he looks to run, and he is hit hard from behind.
Yeah, he's going to get enough, though, to be about 3 yards shy.
Lincoln Bright with the shot on him at the 14-yard line.
They're going to go for this, absolutely.
6 yards. Again, that's Lincoln Bright with a nice tackle for the Trojans. You're right, 4th and, what do we call it, a long 2?
Yeah.
2.5? Almost 3. Good shot of Coach Dice, Center Grove assistant coach here on the big play. 4th and 3. O'Neal taking a deep breath. Puts the man in motion. They're going to run the football with Bonds. Nope, they fake the handoff.
He's going to get it.
He's going to keep it, and he's hit out of bounds hard. And we'll see probably a flag. I don't see a flag at the moment.
They're
trying to keep.
You got
big hit by the Trojans. There's no flag on the play. Lincoln Bright with the big hit on O'Neal, and they're trying to separate the players here on the near sideline. But it appears to be enough for a first down. He's at the 8-yard line.
Yeah.
He gets 6 yards for the first down, so it'll be a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Center Grove just lost contain on that right side. The right defensive end just pinched inside, and that gave O'Neal an open running lane.
6 on the play.
Now 1st and goal.
Irish.
1:10 on the clock. We're in the third. 1st and goal. Again, the football at the Center Grove 8-yard line. I thought maybe they were going to throw a flag on Center Grove for a late hit out of bounds, but no flag. Great play call by Coach Peebles. Getting O'Neal out of the pocket for that first down run. Now he flips it forward. Slaughter tries to get the outside. He's hit out of bounds, and there's a flag following the play. Soderdahl makes the tackle. Now who's this going to be on?
It was on. Soderdahl didn't even.
I know they need to keep things under control, but let's see what they're going to call. Slaughter, though, kind of, look, he's over the top of him. I don't know. Did Soderdahl just incidentally barely brushed up against him?
Well, I mean, 8 turned around and...
It could be offsetting. We shall see.
There's no way it's offsetting. No way. Ref on that side wanted to make that call the time before.
So it's against Center Grove, half the distance. You're going to put the football now at the 4-yard line.
Well, and it's first and goal. It's
4-yard line.
instead of second and goal from the 8.
So first and goal at the 4. Bonds up the middle. Touchdown. 59 seconds to go in the third, and they pull within 8. PAT kick coming up. Van Krisseloff, he's been perfect his whole career on PAT kicks, and he remains perfect, and there's a flag after the play.
Same guy that's been the referee on this side the entire time.
Throws another flag.
Yeah.
I guess you can say maybe the officials have lost control. Now they're trying to regain control. It's now a 1-score lead for the Center Grove Trojans. 59 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Also, we got a break in the action. Can we take a look at scores? We'll get to this penalty flag in just a moment. Week 9. Final game of the regular season. Brownsburg, Hamilton Southeastern tied at 7 apiece in the third quarter. Carmel still leading LC at halftime, 10-7. Ben Davis early on played that game against North Central, blowing out the Panthers. Cathedral will play the Panthers in a couple of weeks in the opening round of the sectional. 21-12, Westfield leads Franklin Central in the third. 21-14, Fishers leads Zionsville in the third quarter. 14-0, Avon leads Noblesville. That's in the fourth. Lawrence North shutting out Pike in a close one, 14-0. That's in the third. In the third quarter, Warren Central being blanked by Christian Brothers of Missouri. Roncalli being blanked by East Central, 41-0. That's in the fourth. Greenwood leads Whiteland 24-21 in the third. And Decatur Central shutting out Franklin 16-0 at halftime.
Okay.
Here at the Butler Bowl, 31-24, CG leads.
But is a chop block not on the actual extra point? How do you call a chop block after the extra point and count it as good? That doesn't make any sense to me. They counted it as good and are moving it 15 yards. The chop block is on the play, where one guy is blocking you high and the other one goes low. But I'm not a ref.
At the 25-yard line, he's going to tee it up at the 25.
Center Grove needs to scoot their guys up, Yoder and McClure.
Lewis puts his foot into it in the direction at the 25-yard line. This is McClurg, the freshman, and he is wrapped up as he comes across the 30-yard line. 12 yards on the return for Drake McClurg. Center Grove just needs to take a deep breath, regroup, and just get back to what you know best, and that's block, tackle, run the ball, and obviously tonight they're passing the ball extremely well. Just got to regroup a little bit.
Yeah, obviously last time the offense touched the ball, they were up by 3 touchdowns by the end of the drive. You got another really important drive from the offensive side to move the ball and pick up first downs, run the clock, and hopefully get more points on the board. 31, I don't think it's going to win this one, Ted.
At the 38-yard line, throwing and completing to Coy. He's tackled immediately. Good, though, good gain on first down. Again, he caught it, I don't know, I don't understand that. He caught a yard more up the field at the 49, it appeared, then got pushed back. 5 yards for Coy. Let's see, where did he catch it? Around the 48, I guess? Okay. So make it 48. That's where they're going to spot it.
43.
Or 43, excuse me. I'll be all right. Yoder back in there.
He's right at the mark. He did not get a good spot.
Not at all.
That's the second time that guy's been a half a yard shy into the quarter.
Wow, what a game. 31-24, Trojans lead it. We're headed to the fourth. We're expecting fireworks in this fourth quarter. Tonight's game being presented by IU Health. This is Trojan football.
Candy, please.
Everyone want a free furnace? Here's one for you and you.
Walk the plank, Chad. Here's some candy, kids.
It's the final month to get a free furnace from Peterman Brothers. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to claim yours today.
Could I get one?
Sure thing.
Back inside the Butler Bowl. We're ready for the fourth quarter. Center Grove in front, 31-24. Ted, Center Grove started off that third quarter really well, but didn't finish so well for the Trojans.
Yeah, that was a wild third quarter. I mean, Center Grove offensively couldn't play much better. I mean, they were running and passing and scoring. But then the onside kick really hurt us, and the long pass. We allowed another long pass over top of us. You just can't do this. Offense needs to regroup, need to pick up this first down.
Third and short. Trojans get a nice push. The ball to the 50. Austin Hennessy gets a couple for the first down.
Yeah, you could. Actually, that third quarter couldn't have started any worse because Center Grove fumbled the kickoff. Cathedral gets it, but then the defense hold them to 3, and then the offense moved the ball and got 2 big touchdowns on the board, but then it kind of fell apart at the end of the third quarter. A big drive and a big first down there by Hennessy.
New set of downs for the Trojans. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Trojans by a touchdown. Cherry goes underneath to Hollibar. Boy, he's been so good tonight. Makes the catch, taken down at the 44. 6 yards.
Another not the best of spots.
Well, let's see where he catches it. He catches it at the 40 up here, about the 47.
43.
43. Yeah. Ball's at the 44.
Good gain on first down, though. Hollibar's had a good night.
Second down and 4. Yeah, he's had a tremendous game tonight. Trojans trying to run for the first down. Is that Hennessy? Wow, he's explosive. Chopped down just inside the 35. They'll spot him at the 35. 9 yards for Hennessy.
And a really good job here. You see, he sees at this initial hole, boom, I got to bounce it outside. He bounces it and then cuts it back up there. Really good vision, as we talked about. Austin Hennessy continues to get better as the season has went along, and that's another big first down.
Hennessy bounces it to the outside, stays on his feet, continues to plow forward for some extra yardage at the end of that run. He is finally pushed out of bounds at the 32, 3 yards. Hennessy, some fresh legs. He didn't run in the first half, but man, he's been really solid here in the second half. He'll take a break here. He'll go to the sideline. We'll see Yoder back in. Second down and 7. We're inside 10 minutes to play in tonight's ball game here at the Butler Bowl. Cherry quickly across the middle. The tight end, T.J. Williams, covers the ball up. He's down to the 15.
Good job by TJ. He's open across the middle, and then he gets that big stick against him, but he hangs on the ball. You see it here. He just sneaks out of the backfield from that tight end position. Boom, another big first down.
17 yards for TJ Williams.
Cherry knew he was going to be there, too. He read the defense right away, knew his opening was there.
Well, he knew that they were coming with that blitz, and that meant the tight end was going to be uncovered, and that's exactly what he saw, and he found Williams.
Yoder.
Push the pile.
Up the middle to the 11-yard line. 4 yards for Yoder. Center Grove moving the ball, but also you got to try to take some time off that clock as well.
Yeah, you just got to get in the end zone. You got to keep scoring because Cathedral's going to keep scoring as well. Their offense has shown they can move the ball as well. A couple different faces in. Nolan Reese now in that backfield.
Yeah, we can pick up a first down if we get inside, if we get to the 5.
2nd down and 6 for the Trojans. Cherry goes under center, hands it off to Yoder. 2 hands around the football.
Hand off to 23, Matt Yoder.
Not quite a first down. He's going to be a few yards shy.
Probably
3 yards.
3rd and 2, it looks like. On the 8, you got to get to the 5-yard line.
So needs 3 yards. He picks up 3, needs 3 more for the first down.
3rd and 3, Center Grove.
Coy back in, Barry back in for CG. And now here comes Hollibar running in late. Down to 12 on the play clock. 10, 9. Trojans to the line of scrimmage. Coy in the slot here on the left. He's looking left. Coy, he comes back to the football. His man fell down. His man's in the end zone. He's hurt. He scores the touchdown. And the defensive back just went straight down. Lost his footing. Now he's to his feet, but Coy scores for the Center Grove Trojans.
As the youngsters say, he put him in a spin cycle right there, and he's up now moving around, but oh my goodness, he completely turned him around, and then Cherry found him wide open. Touchdown number 3 between those two tonight.
Coy, 3 touchdowns tonight? What a game for that young man. What a career by Coy. And Pat Smith hits the left upright, banks it in. Looked like a Ted Kitchell bank shot.
That's right. Back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Number 30 from about 16 feet on the right. And that's when I liked IU. I can't believe I'm admitting that on the air.
What's the date? It is Friday the 13th.
It is.
Yes,
it is. Yeah.
And,
But
I'm going to mark the time here.
Him and his old buddy.
Him
and his old buddy Whitman were pretty much money from that bank shot. But Patrick Smith will take that, and another big drive by that Center Grove offense to get back to a 2-score lead.
They have been so good. The offense has been so good. The defense hasn't been terrible. It's just they give up a big play. You just got to knock that out. I mean, rather than a 60-yarder, I mean, let the guy catch it for 15 or 12 and pick up a first down and continue on. You can't let him go 60 over your head in 45 seconds. They score.
Now the Trojan defense, they've got to regroup here. I mean, you just got to keep your head here. You can't get unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and things of that nature. Just play the game.
8 minutes exactly.
Fourth quarter being presented by Morgan Insurance Group and by IU Health. Tyler Schruben to kick off for the Trojans. Couple of touchbacks tonight. This one's going to bounce inside the 5 and just barely touches the goal line.
Touch the white line
first. It barely touched the goal line, but it will be a touchback.
Touchback on the kickoff. Irish will begin this drive at the 20-yard line.
Well, we've talked about it all night. Your DBs have to keep those guys in front of you. If they want to take, like you said, Ted, 4 or 5 minutes off this clock to get down and score, you're okay with that. Can't be a minute or 2.
O'Neal screen pass. Trojans miss on the first tackle. They do hit him out of bounds. That's Keith Long, 6'2", 205-pound senior tight ends. He gets 9 yards.
I mean, even if you missed that first tackle and it would have been inbounds when you made that tackle, it's probably another 25 seconds off that clock before they can get another play off. Instead, they get out of bounds.
The Fighting Irish, they go fast, and wow, is that Owen Bright.
And what's Rick been saying all night about how he tackled that guy right there?
Takes down Bonds. He gets a couple of yards. He does get the first down. They'll spot it at the 31.
Bonds continues to come up limping every time.
Had it Owen Bright with a nice tackle, but it is a first down for Cathedral. 7:35 on the clock. Whistle, flag on the play.
Yeah, I think.
Is that on O'Neal, the quarterback? Did he move? Did he flinch?
Or I think the center might
have flinched or something?
That's what the guy in the middle of the field is looking at. He
looking at the football,
center,
and maybe the center
53.
moved. So it goes against the center, 5-yard penalty. Brings up 1st and 15. 7:33 to play. We're in the fourth quarter. O'Neal with time, and now Ryder Woolwan dies for him. He does fling it, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, he thinks he's Aaron Rodgers.
I was going to say, that was more like, Mahomes a little bit.
Sidearm. Down, a little sidearm action, a little Kent to Colby there.
I mean,
I like it, Ted.
Lincoln Bright is given pressure, and he wisely jumps up, and O'Neal kind of throws it sidearm, and receiver couldn't come up with it.
2nd down and 15. From the Irish 26, off the
too much running.
Off the edge. They had pressure on him, but they let him out. They didn't keep the containment.
Danny O'Neal on the carry.
Didn't keep the containment. And he does run, appears
you got to have a linebacker
for the first down.
Or
they're saying first down. He goes to the 41-yard line.
Spying him.
15 on the run, 1st and
15 yards.
Cathedral.
It's not that he got 15 yards, that's fine, but you had him right where you wanted him to. You two guys coming together, and he's able to step away and get away from them, and it's just disappointing on 1st and 15, 2nd and 15.
New set of downs, 7:10 to play. He's under pressure. He's rolling, throws on the run. He's got a man, and he's off target with the pass. Scan of the field. I don't see any flags at the moment. I think we got through it. Or nope, we do have a flag.
Where?
At the 45-yard line. I do see a flag. I thought we got through the play without a flag.
Be an ineligible man.
I think you're right. It gets an ineligible man downfield potentially here against the Irish.
I mean, when he started to run, his lineman started taking off downfield, and you can go, 3 yards down the field? Is it 2 or 3?
3.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. So
ineligible man downfield against Cathedral.
That's 10 yards, and I think it's 10 or is it 5?
5-yard penalty. They'll spot it at the 36-yard line.
We have not had O'Neal on the ground yet tonight.
No. Oh, low snap. They're coming after him. Middle screen.
It's open.
Complete. Slaughter fumbles it. Recovered by the Center Grove Trojans.
Luke Barrett knocked that out, baby.
And now the Irish are pummeling the Center Grove player on the ground, but Center Grove recovered.
Yes, sir. Watch the play here. The two safeties are all by themselves here. Here he comes. Boom. I think it was Soderdahl that got it out. Soderdahl and Barrett were both there. Soderdahl's the one with the stick. Puts the hat on the ball.
Yeah, he put his helmet right on it.
What a huge turnover.
So with that turnover, Hudson Industrial Services donating $5 to the CG Education Foundation for that turnover. Fumble recovery by the Trojans. Thank you, Hudson Industrial Services. Trojans with the football, 1st and 10, 6:56 on the clock.
We should say thank you, Michael Soderdahl.
Exactly. Hennessy. Man, how good has Hennessy been here in the second half?
He's just giving them a little bit of a burst, and Yoder's been good as well, but Hennessy with a little bit of pop in the step. And
his offensive line has been phenomenal. To give him time to throw, to run, do whatever. We always, I just try to always mention those guys because they're so important.
Frieden, Weber, Spittler, Hutchins, Eckhart, and C.J. Cyphers, along with T.J. Williams, Dominic Berry at tight end. Those guys have been really, really good tonight, both pass blocking and run blocking. And
8 yards, so it's 2nd down, and call it a couple. Trying to find something up the middle, nothing there. He thought about going outside, then said, well, I'll try to get what I can up the middle. I think he gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The Ted Kitchell special here now. They snap that with about 4 or 5 on the play clock. You got to continue to do that and let that clock run. But, man, what a huge first down this would be here, Ted.
You've got to quarterback's got to be talking to his offensive line right here. Gentlemen, we need 2 yards. Got to get us a first down.
Great shot of the
Clock down to 10.
Center Grove assistants up here in the press box. 3rd and a long 2 yards. Trojans are going to try to pass for the first down. Coming back and looking for Baxter. It's tipped away by the Irish. Number 5, Jackson Lockhart, tipped it away. And Center Grove facing now 4th and a long 2.
And his first guy he was looking for was Hollibar on the right side, and a good job by the defensive back of jumping that route. And he has to go to the alternative route and throws that one a little bit behind Baxter, and it's tipped away. Man, that's a big stop for Cathedral.
Punting unit in for the Center Grove Trojans.
Remember last year, game turn on a blocked punt by Cathedral.
Good snap, got the ball in the hands, gets the ball away. Lockhart's going to take it just inside the 20, and he's immediately blown up. That's
Kobe Cherry,
the long snapper, 30 yards on the punt.
And Cannon, number 28. Cherry snaps the ball, gets all the way down the field, and makes the tackle, and now Cathedral takes over. They still have all 3 timeouts left, so plenty of time for them. 5:16. Center Grove's defense going to have to get another stop.
Umbrellas going back up. I believe rain once again here at the Butler Bowl. 5:16 on the clock. We're in the 4th quarter. Center Grove leads at 38-24. They come out throwing. Danny O'Neill completes to 3. Zach Meeks. So Zach Meeks is Jamal Meeks' son. Of course, Jamal Meeks, the great IU basketball player, gets 10 yards. At the 33-yard line. Low snap. O'Neill steps up. Wants his man to go long. He's going to air it out. And it's an incomplete pass.
O'Neill's pass is incomplete. Johnson, the intended receiver.
He was open.
Our defensive backs, they're putting a lot of pressure on them because we are not getting O'Neill to the ground. And we're getting, we're chasing him around, and he ends up making a play into something that ought to be 3 seconds. He's making it into 8 or 9 seconds, and by that time there's people down the field getting open. Our defensive line got to do a better job of getting to O'Neill and putting him on the grass.
Middle of the field, incomplete pass.
O'Neill's pass incomplete. Slaughter,
much better job there by Luke Barrett. He was the one that was on Slaughter. Straight down the field.
It had to come out quicker that time. That time he threw it quicker, so we're able to guard that. It's when they give him an additional 3 or 4 seconds, then it's really difficult on the backs to cover those guys.
3rd and 10 for the Irish.
That's a tackle.
It's probably a hold.
No flag. And this one's out of bounds.
Out of bounds down the
pass is incomplete.
Our final quarter tonight being presented by Morgan Insurance Group. The Morgan Insurance Group team is committed to providing clients with the highest quality insurance services combined with the lowest rates available in the area. Morgan Insurance Group offers auto, home, life, health, and business insurance. For more information, go to morganinsurancegroup.com.
4th down. A yard marker over there only says 3, but it's 4th.
4th down. They're going for it. Obviously, 4:47 on the clock. They're down 2 scores.
Get some pressure. Here comes another guy, but they're still not getting pressure. That's long.
Incomplete pass, and Owen Bright did a tremendous job. He was able to push the blocker into O'Neill.
Yeah, they wanted a penalty on Bright. and
no, he pushed the blocker right into O'Neill.
You see it here.
He pushed Bonds, the running back, into the quarterback. So it is a turnover on downs.
Wow, big stop by that defense. And now let's run this clock.
Yeah, those last 2 times, that they didn't let him get away and get it out of the pocket.
They kept him contained. You're right.
Exactly, and then he delivers the throw quicker. Our defensive backs can guard for that first 4 or 5 seconds. It's when it gets to that 8 or 9 seconds, it's really difficult.
Hang on to the ball.
At the Cathedral 33, Hennessy.
Okay,
back to the line of scrimmage.
You need to use all 40 seconds right here. You're at 4:30.
Yeah,
so you ought to be down to 4 minutes before you snap this.
Especially they're not using their timeouts yet either.
Vince Evans on the tackle.
I thought he had retired.
No gain, second
Vince
down.
Evans?
Yeah. That's a name way from the past.
I would say you're coming up with a lot of good ones. Kent Colby. The young whippersnappers, they won't know any of these names.
They wouldn't know any of those guys.
Center Grove snapping the ball, 4:02. You're right around that 4-minute mark.
Stay in bounds.
Hennessy pushing the pile. You're right, stay in bounds. He gets it to the 30-yard line. Let that clock run for another 40 seconds. Hennessy gets 4 yards.
I mean, this should be snapped with about 3:16, 3:17 on the clock.
Give him more like, 3.5 yards on the carry. Ball at the 30. So they'll give him 3 yards. 3rd and 7 coming up for CG. They're letting that clock continue to run. Coach Peebles not utilizing a timeout the moment.
You got to figure if they stop Center Grove here before 4th down, you got to use one. Yeah, 10 on the play clock. You're still good. I'd run it again.
Trojans need 7 yards. They've got the first down with Hennessy. He's inside the 20-yard line.
Great job by Cherry. He ran that thing right down there. He's staring right at it. Right, it's right there in front of him, but he ran it all the way down to 1 second.
14 yards for Hennessy. First down Trojans. Let that clock continue to run.
Yeah, you're not going to have to snap it till about 2:48.
He told those guys on that offensive line, hey, boys, I need 7 yards, and they said, how about 15? Right up the middle. Brady Weber, left tackle.
Yeah. That's what you do is you're the quarterback. You start talking to your offensive line, pull them, then you go challenge them to get what you need.
How about that? 2 sophomores that are in the tackle positions for Center Grove.
Hennessy once again covering up the ball, gets it to the 11-yard line, giving 5 yards.
And small guys, too. Brady Weber, 6'4", 255. At the other side, C.J. Cyphers, 6'6", 320. Sorry, both those guys are on the left side. Cyphers at guard, Weber at tackle. Boys, shall I say this ball game's over?
Yes.
I shouldn't say that, should I?
I think you're safe to say it.
I mean, they're not calling timeouts. They just hope Center Grove doesn't get in the end zone again. That's pretty much what Cathedral's doing right now.
Hennessy breaking tackle. Touchdown Trojans. Now you can say it's over. Hennessy, touchdown for CG from 11 yards out. Well done by Austin Hennessy.
And that offensive line. You see it on that side, 56, 62. 56 is Cade Grant, 62 Andrew Eckhart, and then the big fella at center, Peyton Hutchins. All night, ball game, Trojans.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. The offensive line in the second half has just dominated. They're running the ball where they want to. They're passing the ball, giving Cherry time. And defense make it, like I said, the defense playing pretty good. It's just that big play here or there that they just got to quit giving that up.
PAT kick is good. Center Grove leads it 45-24. 1:52 left to play in tonight's ball game in Austin. Let's go to our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard. Let's get everyone caught up on Week 9, the final game of the regular season. High school football games. Brownsburg now stretching their lead over HSE. 21-7 in the fourth quarter. Brownsburg on its way to be the HCC outright champs. Lawrence Central leads Carmel. 17-10, that's in the fourth quarter. Ben Davis early on played that one at 5:30, beating North Central. Franklin Central trails Westfield 21-19. That'll be CG's next opponent, Franklin Central, 2 weeks from tonight in the sectional at Ray Skillman Stadium. Fishers leads Zionsville in the fourth. Avon by a touchdown over Noblesville. That's a final. And Lawrence North with a slight advantage over Pike in the fourth quarter. Warren Central being shut out by Christian Brothers out of Missouri. And Roncalli losing 41-7. 45-24. Trojans lead it here at the Butler Bowl against Cathedral.
Now, how do we get that rain to stop before we walk back out to the parking lot, Kevin? That's the biggest thing we need now.
Another fine kickoff. Goes to the end zone for another touchback. I think he's got, 4 of them tonight.
I mean, let's talk about on a rough night weather-wise how good the special teams has been. Patrick Smith is 7 for 7, maybe 6 for 6 extra points. And 7 for 7, actually, and then they had the 2-point conversion. So Schreuben has been in the end zone a few times. Gabe McWilliams has punted the ball a couple times. He's had to punt well.
Only the onside kick and the kick to start the second half where we fumbled. I mean, those 2 areas we got to improve on. But
O'Neal steps up, throws a long one again.
That's going to be
Owen Bright on the coverage. He'll be flagged for it. It's a 15-yard penalty. Also I want to say a big thank you to the following sponsors for CG Football: Sauer Dentistry, Service Pipe and Supply, Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, Tapac Wealth Management, Realtor Tiffany McClurg of Century 21 Sheets, Aune and Bartram Heating and Cooling, and the Mark Linder team of Century 21 Sheets.
That's a tough assignment for Owen Bright to be covering a running back coming out of the backfield 50 yards down the field. We need to see if we can get some quick stats from I'm just curious about some of Center Grove's numbers for tonight. Turn around.
Spotter Sean Guilfoy on that. Pass complete down the field to Zach Meeks. So again, it's coming up tomorrow. Center Grove football hosting Cathedral, freshman game, and we got the JV game first at 9, followed up by the freshman contest at around 10:30. So join us at Ray Skillman Stadium. Come out and watch the Trojans play their final game of the regular season in JV and freshman football, and Rick and I'll also be there with the live stream.
Did he ever snap the ball?
I didn't see it. Picking it up.
I mean, the clock should be winding as well because caught the ball inbounds, so
still not winding. There,
now the clock will wind. O'Neal with some time. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 1:23.
Owen Bright again on the coverage out there. That young man has had a fabulous senior season from that linebacker position.
Center Grove, 2 weeks from tonight, will host Franklin Central. Coming up
first time in
Ray
a while.
Skillman Stadium.
Yeah, at home, Kevin. We haven't had too many.
They've had Franklin Central once, you're right, in recent history at home. But you're right, Center Grove a lot of times going on the road in the sectional over at Franklin Central quite a few times. Pass is complete.
Tackle by Cooper Pio to keep him in and short of a first down, so that clock continues to tick.
Third and short. O'Neal steps up, goes to the end zone, touchdown. That's Zach Meeks with the touchdown.
Zach Meeks.
Stops the clock with 52 seconds.
Well, we knew it would be a battle whenever you play this team, and in these conditions, it makes it that much more difficult. But the Center Grove team was outstanding here tonight. I mean, offensively, they just showed that they are able to run it, they can pass it, they can do about anything they need to with it. So defensively, we need to make some adjustments as far as not letting people get the long ball on us. But other than that, the defense came up with some big stops also tonight.
Extra point kick is good. 45-31 Trojans. 52 seconds left to play in this one.
Well, we're going to maybe get another one of these onside kicks, and we've had a couple different reports from people that would know that I don't know if the onside kick the last time that Cathedral did, I don't know if that was legal or not.
They said you're not supposed to blow up the return guy.
Yeah.
You're supposed to allow him a chance to receive the ball, but
yeah, we'll see if they do the same thing. Obviously, 52 seconds left.
Down
Still
two scores.
But
and they still have all 3 timeouts left.
Well, you put your good hands team up there 10 yards away, and it's a play that you should make it.
The biggest thing, you just don't want anybody getting hurt.
Yeah.
On this play right here that means nothing in the course of this football game. To have somebody to get hurt for the remainder of the state tournament, and you got all your studs up there on the front.
Takes the nice hop, ball out of bounds. Nope, picked up by 5. You can't return it. No, you can't return it. It'll be dead, but I do believe Cathedral recovers. That's Jackson Lockhart. If he's in bounds, was he in bounds? Referee's discussing. Got to figure out where they're going to spot it, but you cannot return a kickoff. So it'll be spotted here for Cathedral. They appear to have recovered. Again, Center Grove up a couple of scores with 49 seconds to play. And again, the Irish still have all 3 timeouts. And now they're going to have possession at the Center Grove 45-yard line.
Well, these two teams meet again in the semi-state. Cathedral might just decide to onside kick every time.
First and 10 Irish.
It's been a great weapon. Henry Lewis has been really good tonight on that onside kick. O'Neal, clean pockets. Takes a lot of time, incomplete across the middle. Intended receiver was Johnson.
Well, I mean, when you run that onside kick, I mean, as far as receiving it, the first couple guys up front, you're to block the lead guys who are in there. And that second guy that's just behind the line, he's the one that's supposed to field it. So when it bounces down, bounces up in the air, he's able to get it. That time it bounced over the first group of Center Grove players, and they weren't able to get their hands on it.
Well, you either field it or you knock it out of bounds.
Yeah,
try to just tap it out of bounds.
Pass caught. Zach Meeks using that great size at 6'7", makes the catch at the 25. 20 yards for Meeks. Stops the clock at the moment, 35 seconds.
Game won't end.
Football at the 25. Cathedral trying to make a comeback here late. Taking another shot to the end zone, and he's open.
Fighting Irish
touchdown to Johnson. Too easy.
Johnson.
Well, you better field an onside kick here. You're going to find yourself with a chance to lose this ball game.
30 seconds on the clock. Center Grove just has to recover and take a knee. But Cathedral's got 3 timeouts, though. You're right. They still have 3 timeouts.
You just got to recover the ball.
If you recover the ball, those 3 timeouts aren't going to do any good.
And the kick is good. 45-38. Center Grove leads it. 30 seconds on the clock.
Never easy, is it, boys?
30 seconds, plenty of time.
Well, Center Grove won a state championship in the same type of manner. I mean, against Carmel that year when they got 3 onside kicks and.
Yeah, this is actually 13 who's Krisaloff has made the last couple.
But you're right. If Center Grove can get their hands on it, just bat the ball out of bounds.
One of the things you got to be a little bit careful about as well is you got your up men are only on the 35, so if he can get a pooch kick, can those guys get back there and get it? No, they're going to just do the straight ahead. Two guys are offside there. 2 guys are offside. You cannot allow them to do that.
I think is a Cathedral ball. What do we have? Another onside kick.
They had 2 guys that were offside when they kicked it.
You know it, man.
Yeah, he's pointing that they touched
it before it went 10 yards.
10 yards.
So if you touch it, it should be Center Grove ball at about the 49, at the Cathedral 49. There is a flag back here at the 40, so offside against Cathedral. They did throw a flag here at the 40.
But the question would be if they touched it too early.
But due to the onside, you got to take the penalty. So they're going to have to re-kick it. So they did spot the onside. So 5-yard penalty now to the 35-yard line.
He's saying they should be 30 seconds on the clock since it was offside.
So Van Krisseloff, you're right. He's one doing these onside kicks the last couple. He'll tee it up at the 35.
From Center Grove, I call a timeout right here. I'll make sure I know what my guys up front, they know what they're supposed to do. Yep, that's what you worry about.
You could go into the end zone for a touchback.
Not going to. Got to fall on it.
Scoop and get it out of bounds.
Good decision.
Kicked it out of bounds or just flipped it out of bounds. Center Grove did touch the ball and just pushed it out of bounds.
They got three timeouts, and you're on the 4-yard line, so you can't take a knee. So you take a knee, and you're going to be on the 2-yard line, and you're going to be punting on 4th down, which in that case, you're probably going to just punt it out of the back of the end zone and take the 2-point safety and hope that there's under 10 seconds, which is crazy that we're going to get to that point, possibly. I mean, I still probably just snap it to Cherry and have him go forward. I don't bother with a handoff or anything like that.
And Cathedral's taking a timeout already.
Well, that's dumb.
Well, does the clock start, though?
I guess not. He said timeout Cathedral, and maybe we're not going to a timeout. 29 seconds on the clock.
1st and 10 Trojans from the 4-yard line.
Football at the 4-yard line. Cherry goes under center. Center Grove runs the football. And is that Yoder? He's slow to get to his feet. He got chopped. Yeah, that's Yoder. He's limping.
6 seconds went off of.
23 seconds on the clock. And he kind of came up limping, so hopefully he's okay. Looks like he got it to the 10, so 6 yards. Wow. So the Trojans are, 5 yards shy
Are you
of a first
kidding
down.
me? Come on, don't tell me this isn't happening right in front of my eyes.
So again, more CG football coming up tomorrow. JV freshman games at Ray Skillman Stadium at 9 and 10:30. We'll have the live stream presented by our good friend at Team Styles, Jake Styles. Coldwell Banker, Team Styles. Appreciate his sponsorship of CG football. Tomorrow's the final game for the Trojans in JV and freshman ball.
And let's hope we're talking about a crazy, crazy win over at the Butler Bowl tomorrow morning, Kevin, instead of the other alternative.
So the Trojans need about 5 yards for the first down. Again, 2 more timeouts remaining here for the Irish, even though the scoreboard says they have 3 timeouts. I think they took that last timeout.
Yeah, they did.
They need to take that off the scoreboard. Cherry under center, trying to see if the Irish will jump. They do not. So now the Trojans take a timeout. So I do believe Center Grove now with 1 remaining timeout. Again, they have not updated the clock, the scoreboard. Cathedral should only have 2 timeouts left.
They only have 2 left.
There, they just changed it.
So 2nd and 5 on the 9. You got to get to the 14. You got to hang on to the ball, most importantly.
Looks like almost like they got to get it to the 15, almost. Between the 14, 15-yard line for a first down. Trojans once again under center with Cherry. The Trojans hand it off. He
on the ball.
Gets stood up and pushed back. He gets it to the 10-yard line. I would say Yoder gets no yards. So it'll be, what, 3rd and 5 coming up. And now Cathedral calls its second timeout.
All right, so let's look ahead here. They stop Center Grove. Let's say there's 12 seconds left. Center Grove has to punt. You just tell your punter to run around in the end zone and then run out of the back of the end zone, right?
I just hike it out of the back of the end zone.
I mean, you got to do that, take the 2 points, and then hopefully there's less than 5 seconds, but you still got a punt off or a kickoff back to them for one play. Kevin wants them to get 5 yards on the first down.
That sounds much better.
Just
all
looking
these
ahead.
Scenarios.
If I'm a coach on the sideline, I'm the guy that's thinking about those things a couple plays ahead of time.
Scoreboard now updated correctly. Each team now with 1 timeout remaining. 16 seconds left to play in tonight's ball game. Trojans again need 5 yards for the first down.
He's throwing.
Gets rid of it and got the first down. Stay in
Hang on
bounds.
the ball.
Stays in bounds, hangs on to the ball.
Who caught it? Drake?
Is that
Hennessy. It was
Hennessy,
out of the
32?
Hennessy? Okay, I couldn't tell who it was.
And tell me which person Coach Moore has the most confidence in that offense. It's Mr. Cherry, your senior quarterback. He says, you're just going to go win the game for me right here. And, boys, finally.
Now you can take it. That's a final. 45-28. It's over. Wow. He gets the first down, and 45-38. Center Grove on Friday the 13th. Bizarre finish, but they hang on to beat Cathedral, and now the Trojans get ready for the state tournament. And for Coach Moore, against Cathedral, 8 wins, 3 losses. Center Grove now 8-5 against Cathedral all time. What a finish! What a ball game!
Yeah, it was. What a game! I mean, a lot of ups and downs in the game. I mean, give Cathedral a lot of credit. I mean, to not give up with 3 minutes to go and down like 3 touchdowns, to do what they did. That just shows you what type of mentality they have and what they think of their football program. They just never quit. But Center Grove was there the entire night. The offense continued to play just remarkable football. Cherry was fantastic, as the entire offense was, and the great way to end and get ready for a state championship run right now.
Ted, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right, thanks, guys.
Final score from the Butler Bowl. 45-38, Center Grove Trojans victorious over the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Center Grove concludes the regular season, 8 wins, 1 loss. 6-3 for the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Our Duke Holmes postgame show is up next. Tonight's game presented by IU Health. This is Trojan Football.
Pointer, the company you know as the experts in metal, offers commercial and residential signage, custom handrails, kitchen hoods, fire pits, metal panels, and more. No project is too big or small for our team. Let Pointer manage your next project relating to all things metals by calling 317-893-1193 or visit pointersheetmetal.com for more information. Pointer is proud to support the Center Grove community and surrounding areas.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary Seller's Assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
I have lived in Greenwood my entire life. Born and bred, went to Center Grove High School, proud graduate, go Trojans. I enjoy this community. It's my home, it's growing, it has lots to offer, and I'm excited to be a part of it. At Greenwood, we are a full-service bank. We can handle your needs from simple personal accounts, savings accounts for your family, auto loans. If you need to have a mortgage, we can meet that need. Emily Ribley has been in our office for years and knows the area. Scott Hines is Center Grove. He has lived here his entire life and is fabulous. You're not going to find anybody more local than us.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Hi, I'm Dallas Johnson.
My dad started Johnson's Hauling and Excavating in the early 80s.
Generational excellence is very important coming into this business.
Carrying on a family tradition, having pride in what we do. Even though we have expanded into mostly commercial work, we are still heavily invested in our grassroots here in our community in Center Grove. I played for Coach Moore, played JRT, middle school ball, high school. It's home.
Welcome back to the Butler Bowl final time tonight on our Duke Holmes postgame show. Center Grove victorious over Cathedral 45-38. I guess Center Grove didn't want anybody to go home early tonight. They almost allowed Cathedral to, they got back in the game, made it respectable, but no one left early.
I have multiple texts saying it was my fault when I said the ball game was over with 1:52 and Center Grove goes up 3 touchdowns. And, a whale of a comeback again by Cathedral, just like last year. Fortunately for Center Grove, they found a way to get that last first down there. A huge, gutsy call by Coach Moore. He puts it in the hands of his senior stud quarterback, Tyler Cherry, and Cherry gets it done. And with that pass, Kevin, he goes over 300 yards on the game. Actually had 346 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 1 more touchdown rushing. So he accounts for 5 out of the 6 Center Grove touchdowns. And, man, he was special again tonight. And he got some great performances. Coy tonight, 8 catches, 157, 3 touchdowns. Holobar, 6 catches, 124 and a touchdown. So, I mean, he got contributions all across the board. But, you're always going to be happy with a win over Cathedral and Center Grove, a big win tonight to get it done.
And potentially they could meet again in the semi-state round, just like last year. But, of course, anything can happen in the state tournament. Both teams begin 2 weeks from tonight. Center Grove will be at home against Franklin Central, and Cathedral will play North Central at Chittard in the first round of the sectional. But before we go any further, Austin, why don't we go to our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard, look at our scores one final time tonight. And this is Week 9, the final game of the regular season here in the state of Indiana. Brownsburg in the fourth quarter, 21-14. Again, if HSE can knock off Brownsburg, It'd be, a three-way tie for the HCC conference title. But if the Brownsburg Bulldogs win, they'll win it outright. Carmel lost to Lawrence Central. I'm telling you, the Bears are getting better and better. That defense was really good against Center Grove, and their offense seems to be getting better. They're going to play Lawrence North
that's going to be a whale
in the first
game.
round of the sectional. So
the winner of that then will face Cathedral because they'll destroy North Central probably.
Speaking of the Panthers, they lose big at Ben Davis, 50-3. Franklin Central losing to Westfield, so Westfield still has a shot with HSE to maybe, share that title in the HCC. But again, the Royals have to beat Brownsburg tonight. And again, FC coming to Racecone Stadium in 2 weeks for the sectional opener. Fishers defeating Zionsville. Avon gets its 2 wins in a row. Second win of the season, beating the Noblesville Millers, and Lawrence North hangs on to beat Pike 21-6. Warren Central being shut out to Christian Brothers out of Missouri. Roncalli loses big at home for a second week in a row. Last week it was Cathedral. This time it's East Central. Whiteland comes back and beats Greenwood at Greenwood 28-24. And Franklin shut out at Decatur Central 36-0. 45-38 your final here at the Butler Bowl. And Rick, just your final thoughts as we wrap up.
Well, just like last year when it was a huge disappointing loss to finish the season, what did we say last year after this game? This game's over. It's over, and now it's time to prepare for the playoffs. Well, it's the same thing here. You had a great win. You're soaked. You're going to get on that bus completely soaked, and you're going to drive about 45 minutes down to Center Grove and take one of the greatest warm showers you've ever taken in your life. And then guess what? After that's over, it's time to focus on Franklin Central 2 weeks from today. And guess what? 2 weeks ago, if you don't remember last year, them almost knocking you off and giving you the best game that you had the entire postseason, then you shouldn't be playing football. That's the complete focus for the Center Grove team. Great regular season, a great job by this coaching staff, a great job by the players all year. To go 8-1 with the schedule that Center Grove had is absolutely amazing, but it doesn't mean anything right now. You got to get ready for postseason in 2 weeks.
Rick, appreciate your work tonight. Try to stay dry.
We will see you bright and early tomorrow morning, Kevin.
9 o'clock, CG football taking on Cathedral, the JV contest. We'll be there.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Kevin.
Once again, the final score of tonight's game here from the Butler Bowl, the Center Grove Trojans over Cathedral, 45-38. Center Grove 8 wins, 1 loss to conclude the regular season for the Fighting Irish, 6-3. Tonight's Center Grove football coverage was produced by CG Sports Network. Our presenting sponsor was IU Health. A special thanks to our Gridiron president, Aaron Holt. How about our executive producer tonight, Austin Tyke, doing a great job. And also Sean Guilfoy, our spotter, and our camera operator, Sam Venegas, and also Cameron Wiley doing a fine job. I think we kept everybody dry tonight. We kept them all inside the booth. Once again, Center Grove football. Its next game will be October 27th, 2 weeks from tonight. Sectional opener at home against Franklin Central. It'll kick off at 7 o'clock. We'll be there with the live stream. And just note, fans, it'll be on ihsatv.org, the CG Sports Network platform for the state tournament games. Again, our next CG web stream tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. JV football, followed by freshman football at 10:30. The Trojans will take on the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Until next time, this is Kevin Conrad for Ted Kitchell and Rick Embry saying good night, everyone, from Butler University.